What's up, ladies and gents? Here we are, another episode. We changed the location. We're in my garage. We're in the bike corner. We're in the gear corner. We're about to have a threesome. Are you guys ready?
It's like that Ty Lopez here in my garage. You remember that?
No.
Oh. With the Lamborghini and here in my garage.
Who's Ty Lopez?
Yeah.
Oh, he was like some fucking like guru guy on YouTube. Oh, you remember that?
I don't know his name, but I know you said garage and it's all clicking.
He's like, here in my garage, and it was like a Lamborghini in the background.
Yeah.
He was like a fraud.
Cool. I know who you're talking. Oh,
yeah.
Was he a fraud?
Yeah.
No Lamborghinis.
No,
just lighting equipment.
For some reason, Mike and his one brother have 14 bikes. So.
Yo, what the fuck, dude? I literally just noticed that.
I noticed that the other day. I was in here. I was like, what the fuck is
No,
this?
2 of them are Crystals, 2 of them are mine, 2 of them are Matthews.
What's the difference? Like, how come you have 2 each?
One's Crystal she had an old road bike and got a new one.
Mm-hmm.
I have a road bike. I actually have 2 mountain bikes, and then Matthew has a mountain bike.
Got it.
I have an old mountain bike and a new mountain bike.
What do you prefer, mountain bike or road?
Mountain bike's more fun. Road is more it's less injury prone.
Yeah,
riding a road bike,
like bouncing up and down on a mountain bike. Huh?
And I'm just riding on like a trail or a road, so it's pretty chill.
Sick.
Mountain biking, I get like a little more like crazy because you're going downtown a little more quicker, more likely to eat shit and break your collarbone.
Oh, good crack.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, so yeah, let's get into today's.
So today is Valentine's Day,
right?
And what was this past weekend?
It's a big weekend, boys.
Big weekend here in town. Big Super Bowl. I'm excited for today's episode. We're coming off big Super Bowl weekend here in Vegas, and we were all pretty busy. So I'm excited to hear how your guys' weekend shaped up.
Dude, it was better than expected for sure. I think I structured my week so I had enough rest and I wasn't, killing myself like I have in the past. Had to turn down some clients and give them off to other guys. But yeah, dude, I think I structured it perfectly and didn't have to rush any edits. And what about you guys?
Nice. I was all over the place. So I wasn't.
Not so much.
Mine was pretty structured. No, I had a pretty big event on Friday for USA Today, and then a pretty big event on Saturday for Michelob Ultra, and then Sunday another big event, tailgating. So 3 events, but they were all pretty physically exhausting, like 12-hour days. So I wasn't like all over the place. I wasn't like shooting like 4 gigs a day, like some
right.
people, so.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, man?
Shot 3 gigs on Sunday.
Yeah, holy fuck, dude.
3 on. Yeah, it was just busy. I tend to like overextend myself pretty frequently, but I don't feel bad about it because it's like when are we gonna have another Super Bowl in town?
I know, right?
Maybe in like 4 or 5 years if we're lucky.
Yeah.
So like, I made good money.
Yep.
I made some good work. I worked with a couple new clients, a lot of older clients that I've maintained my relationship with. So there's no, I don't feel bad about working that much. And I have like a beautiful girlfriend who we went grocery shop, made sure we had food here. She made food one night.
Must be so nice, man.
Yeah, she changed the sheets while I was working. She was checking up on me. It was very nice to have.
So did my mother.
No, dude.
That's literally, that's what's going on.
Like on the inside.
No, she's beautiful both ways.
No, because I was going to say, I was like, what if she's like an ugly girlfriend? You know what I mean?
Well, she's not. You've met her. Don't be rude.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
She's very
You're
pretty.
very lucky, man.
She's also very pretty on the inside.
That's what I'm saying. She's very
She also feels good on the inside.
That's a conversation you have in private, bud.
I'm very fortunate. And dude, you know what? My mom was the same way when I had crazy weekends. My mom used to fucking on New Year's Eve when I first started shooting New Year's Eve. My mom would drive me because the strip was closed, and I used to shoot Jewel nightclub when I was like 21
shout out to
or
Jewel,
22.
dude.
She would fucking drive me on Tropicana up Polaris and drop me off on like Harmon and Polaris, and I would hike over the bridge.
Holy
yeah,
fuck,
she would drop
dude.
me off like before, like I was going to war or something.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. So
how'd you get home? She come pick you up, or you just Ubered, or what?
I would usually walk out of the strip and then Uber, or like one time my old roommate Andrew Dang picked me up.
Dude,
on
shout
his
out to
way
Andrew,
out.
man.
Andrew's a good dude.
Love Andrew, dude.
Yeah, dude. So maybe you don't necessarily have a significant other yet in your life to be that, dude. Moms, dads, family members, friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude.
Significant mom, significant dad, for sure.
Dude,
significant cat.
We're also fortunate. Yeah, dude. What's your cat's name?
My cat's name is Johnny for short.
What do you mean,
What's
Johnny?
The long version?
I thought John would be
So
short.
his full name is Jonathan Horsefly Gregory McDaniels Knuckers the First. also known as Clen or Worm 9. No joke. No, I'm not even fucking with you guys.
No,
yeah,
but
that's
is
his
that-
like actual full name.
Okay,
But
so
I
you
just
make
call him
up his
Johnny.
name?
Yeah, when I was like 12.
You made it that
That's
long
a
of a
little-
name when you were
Yes.
12?
That's a little more. When you're 12, you're like,
And
I
it
wanna-
just
That's
stuck.
creative as fuck, though.
Yeah. But the Clen and Worm 9 came a couple years ago, so.
That's like Elon Musk's kid, dude.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, dude, he's my best friend for sure.
You good? No, he's good.
What kind of a cat is he? What color is he?
Orange. They're the craziest.
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah. Oh,
Little
there's a whole
orange
Reddit
guy.
page. It's called.
Yeah, like orange cats or whatever. Yeah.
Everyone always says they're like the dumbest cats.
Exactly. Yeah. So retarded, dude. I love them though, man.
I'm
It's
allergic to cats, but I do like cats.
I am allergic too a little bit. Yeah. Like if I'm like cuddling too much, I'll get a little itchy.
You know, it's funny. Crystal's allergic to our dog a little bit.
Oh, okay,
She don't give a
yeah.
Fuck.
Actually, sometimes when I'm here, my eyes get a little itchy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want a Benadryl?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'll be all drugged out.
So, what was your guys' favorite gig over? Oh, because for instance, like I know the Super Bowl was just Super Bowl Sunday, but for some people they might not know. Like, we were all working the entire week
Yeah,
leading up to
'cause
Super Bowl.
when about like a year ago, whatever, or maybe even a couple months ago, 6 months ago, when I found out obviously like Super Bowl was gonna be this week or whatever, I thought it was just gonna be like one day of like work, but I didn't realize it was gonna be a week of work.
Just events,
you know what I mean?
and other
Yeah,
shit
exactly.
going on, and concerts and
Yeah.
shows and.
So
Yeah.
so for me, like my week started on Wednesday. What about you guys?
Started on Tuesday.
Well, Super Bowl related, mine started Friday. Let me pull up my calendar real quick because I know I had other things, but I think Super Bowl related. Actually, I was off Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so my Super Bowl related stuff was Friday, Saturday.
So it was just
Sunday.
like an extensive like 72-hour kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
balls to
like
the wall.
Mad Rush.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
So what type of stuff did you guys shoot though for that whole week?
I'll let you take
Yeah,
it. and
yeah.
I'll jump in.
So Wednesday, I was with Chelsea and we shot the NFL X Glad. It was like
an opening or
it was like an
official-
opening event. Yeah, it was like the LGBTQ NFL thing. It was actually like probably my favorite gig all week.
Where was it at?
It was at the convention center at Caesars, and Caesars was
Oh.
like the NFL headquarters.
Gotcha.
So it was like super high end, like intense security and stuff too. We had to get like escorted to the convention center and stuff, like the conference
shit.
area, and had to have lanyards and
And
stuff.
was it just
so-
like
it was in like a ballroom? Yeah.
okay, where they just had like keynote speakers and like welcoming speeches, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So pretty standard.
Yeah,
like,
and they had a
conference
couple
stuff.
like activations with like Smart Food and Smirnoff and
It's all just sponsorship stuff.
yeah,
as well.
and Starter and stuff. So
Nice.
it was super cool though. Lance Bass was there. I had no idea who he was. Fucking
You didn't
walked
know who Lance
walked
Bass
right
was?
by the guy 4 times. No clue. Yeah.
Damn.
And then on the call sheet it said In Sync, but I thought it said like NYC NC, like where the dude was from. I didn't realize that it was like the band or whatever.
Yeah.
The group, yeah.
So then Chelsea got all mad at me because
Yeah.
she's like, "You're so young, you don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah.
You're acting so cool because you don't know who he is." I'm like,
Right.
"I don't know who this guy is." I kept walking by him.
Yeah. Whatever.
So yeah,
Screaming
but
at
it
you.
was funny though. He was cool. He had a good little talk and stuff, and then
Nice.
they had like the first gay NFL player that came out
Mm-hmm.
and stuff.
Oh,
He talked, and yeah, dude, it was super cool and stuff. Everyone was like super warm and welcoming.
and that was Wednesday.
Yeah, so it was like kind of like
What
the
else did you work
kickoff.
on? What was like your Thursday and Friday like?
So after that, I actually went to XS and filmed Charlie Jordan. Mm-hmm. That was like the kickoff for Win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Female
then,
DJ, right?
Yeah. She's like
She's
an influencer
from Las
and
Vegas,
stuff.
born and raised in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, there was like some controversy on like TikTok about her, like it went like viral about just like how there's like influencers and stuff like DJing now.
yeah.
But I'm like, dude, she was actually really good.
Yeah.
Like she was actually really good, and like yeah, I think she put on a really good show and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I did her photos for the Win.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We did-
yeah,
yeah,
we
you were
did that.
there.
Yeah.
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 You were.
Yeah, you were. There.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That
I'm just
sounds
looking
cool.
at
She was nice. I found out she's from Las Vegas,
yeah,
which was
she
cool, and I
really
was like,
nice.
oh, it's cool that you're from Vegas.
And
like,
she's,
you're
you know,
popular.
so popular and so famous and stuff, but like it's cool when you can just have like a normal kind of conversation or whatever with like a person of that.
Right.
You know,
That's probably
that
what
many
your
eyes on
conversation
you.
with Lance Bass was because you didn't know who the fuck he was. So he's like, oh, cool.
I didn't know who
someone-
Charlie Jordan was. She's just some attractive 24-year-old from Las Vegas. I was like, oh.
Right?
And then
Yeah.
you go to her Instagram, she's like 5 million views.
I know, yeah.
I'm like,
She posted my video. I was pretty stoked.
oh, nice.
Yeah. It was sick.
She
awesome.
give you the credit or
Just win. It's all good.
standard?
Yeah, it's all good.
Standard.
So then,
What else did you work on for the weekend?
You had how was
Yeah, I'm
your-
looking right now. So then on Thursday, I did Area 15.
Oh yeah,
Thank you, John Parker.
yeah, love that venue.
Yeah, did
fun to shoot.
Oliver Tree, who's like one of my
yeah,
favorites.
dude.
Yeah.
He did a DJ
He
set.
did a
though, right?
DJ set. It was like one of his first DJ sets.
How'd he do?
Really good, dude. Really like creative and just like fucking weird music and stuff. Like it was awesome, dude.
That's fun.
People were just jamming out and stuff. You know the dancing frog?
Yeah.
They had that on like the big screen and stuff. Like it was awesome.
What was the turnout like on for that show on a Thursday night?
Pretty quiet, a couple hundred people, but
Okay.
like everyone was having a great
What
time.
room did he play in?
The Portal.
Oh, so it's pretty big. that's
Square.
pretty big
Yeah,
room.
yeah. It was like half full.
Okay.
Portal is that the room off of Lot A?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the one where it has the 4 projectors on the walls.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the whole room. Yeah, I was
That's
there
so
Friday, yeah.
creative the way they did that.
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
know that they can still master it because like on the sides, like the screen's a little bit stretched. Mm-hmm. So I know that like,
Work it out.
yeah, they can really dial that in and make that room.
It's cool. So this venue that we're talking about it's a square box basically. It's a big square box. Fits like, probably
500 to maybe.
yeah, maybe like I was gonna say like 1,000.
Yeah, 500
Yeah, I was there on
1,000,
Friday.
yeah.
Yeah, Friday probably had a good 8 to 1,000.
But it has 4 white walls, and then they have 4 projectors in the center that project onto the wall. So it's like this full encompassing like square of like 4 screens essentially, where you can see.
ads or like loops.
Well, yeah, they'll just project it. So like it's very immersive. It's
Yeah,
very fucking.
It's kind of
cool.
like the Sphere. I've never been to the Sphere, but I'm assuming it's probably like that,
Yeah,
where
it's
it's
a
kind
good
of like
same
you're all
concept.
enclosed.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a great point. I didn't think about that.
Like a mini Sphere.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. Then after Oliver Tree finished, we went over to the 21 Savage show in A Lot.
Oh, sick,
Oh
Dude.
shit, that was the same place.
So Tech Nine, yeah. So
A-Lot's the biggest venue.
yeah.
For 10
So
out back.
it was pretty sketch, but Tech Nine came out, put on a pretty good show, did maybe 25, 30-minute set.
Oh, nice.
Dude, 21 came, fucking sat on stage. It was literally like trending on Twitter. Sat on stage, everyone's just like fucking staring at the dude. Just smoked his like weed pen for like 20 minutes.
No.
Did one song and left.
No.
It was crazy, dude. And there was like 20 or 30 like video and photo people there. Because it was through Icon.
Uh-huh.
You know, you guys
Oh,
know
yeah,
Icon?
Icon
Yeah.
Presents.
Yeah, like the
And they
wheels.
always give people media passes, but I was working directly for the venue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, it was so bad. Literally one song and he left.
So how did that turn out with the client in your edit? Did you have to submit an edit? Still?
Yes.
How did it turn out?
Not bad. It was like a 10 or 12 second edit.
Okay.
I got a couple decent shots of 21, and then there was another videographer as well, and I got some of his B-roll to just
nice.
throw in. So ended up being like 5 or 6 shots of his
still
one
worked out
song.
despite
Yeah.
it.
And then I just put Tech 9 in the edit as well, and like an exterior shot, and then the logo at the end. It worked out, dude. Like,
yeah.
and all the comments are like, what the fuck? This guy only did one song. Like, I don't understand how you like, made an edit out of like one song.
That's a nice compliment.
Yeah, for sure. But they were more like pissed off that he only did one song.
Yeah. They're like, I want a
I'm
refund.
sure
Yeah,
rightfully
they're
so.
like, it wasn't this fun.
Right. The edit makes it look like epic, and it's like,
I know,
this
right?
motherfucker
Made it look like he did like an hour set,
Yeah.
and it's just one song.
having a good old time. It's like, nah, the motherfucker played for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Or was there 20 minutes?
20
played one
minutes,
song?
sat on the couch, did one song, and left.
Damn.
But I think that there was probably some sort of like, because he seemed pissed off. Mm-hmm. Had to be some sort of
I feel like it has to
money
be-
issue or
yeah.
whatever. Like he only got paid a certain amount. He's like, fuck this, I'll do one song
Yeah.
and leave. He's like, I'll show up, but I'm gonna do one song.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you and I shot that Mexican OT show, and he was up there for like an hour.
That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, he did great.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have. I feel like he doesn't have a huge eclectic like catalog of music yet since
Right.
he's so new. But he still filled his time like talking, interacting with the crowd. He was
Yeah.
signing people's stuff. People were
Yeah.
throwing like people
People
made
had,
him
like,
custom
yeah,
paintings and he was
yeah.
signing them.
Oh, nice.
It was a good show. He interacted with the cameras.
Yeah, I think Area 15 is like super underrated, but I
agree.
don't think they're like there yet. I would say in like 6 months to a year, they're really going to be there, but
Yeah.
they have such good artists and stuff,
Yeah.
dude. It's like, it's so unique.
Well, yeah, and I think it's so unique, and also too, it's still relatively new-ish.
Yeah,
like, They're still
exactly.
working out the kinks, but like the team that they have there, I've worked with in other venues.
Okay,
so they
yeah.
have a great team.
Yeah,
and like, everyone I
exactly.
work there is cool and nice, and they love it. I'm really excited to see, and I think they're building another building.
I see that.
We just
Yeah.
drove by it today.
Yeah.
Right
'cause I
across,
was there on Friday for an event, so it's fresh in my mind too about like hold all the space.
What event did you shoot there?
So it was a NFL Legends event for USA Today.
Nice.
So it was pretty cool. It had like a red carpet aspect. Jason Derulo was the main performer.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, on your Instagram.
And yeah, so it was cool that it was kind of like a little bit of everything as far as like event photography capture is concerned, of like red carpet, lifestyle, meet and greets with some of the NFL legends, and then the concert aspect. So yeah, it was a cool venue.
Was that an A lot? Where was that?
That was A lot and that indoor. So it was the outdoor spot.
Yep.
And then A lot where Jason Derulo played. They had some like activation stuff, and they also had that room that you're talking about, the 360 room.
The portal, yeah, that's awesome.
They had like a house DJ in there, and then just like drinks and samples and meet and greet, photo ops and whatnot. So
yeah,
but that room was pretty packed. I think overall the whole event, if I had to guess, probably had a good maybe like 2, 3, 4K maybe.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I find it really cool that they'll do like multiple shows at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Like A lot, the wall, and the portal.
Yeah.
And you can just kind of bounce around, and there's
It's
an
cool.
outside area.
Yeah.
There's, I don't know, is there food? I know there's drinks, obviously.
Yeah, well, there's the Beast. I don't know if they have any like quick grab and go items.
Yeah.
though.
But
I think it's more
inside
of
Area
like-
15, there's food, like restaurants and
Yeah,
stuff.
the event had. Actually, I'm trying to think. Yeah, did I see food?
But that was probably more of a private event
Yeah.
where food might be a little more like normal.
They did
for
have
a private
servings,
event.
yeah, but it's like, it's like bacon wrapped little things. It's just like
Or
catering style.
hors d'oeuvres.
Right, yeah, catering style.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
But how was your Friday, Saturday into Sunday?
Yeah, so let me take a look here. So yeah, Thursday was Area 15. And then, on Friday I went to M Resort. Thank you, Alexandra, for that. And we had an event for Mark Wahlberg, his tequila.
Nice.
So he did like tequila bottle signing and like took pictures with people. And yeah, that was really fun.
I wonder, Steven just assisted. He DIT'd for a photographer who shot the Wahlbergs on Monday.
On Monday.
They did a commercial shoot with him with the alcohol.
This last Monday?
Yeah, I wonder 2 days ago. I wonder
Yeah.
if that was part of the alcohol thing.
I think he's doing, because I've seen like him at Cirque and stuff with his like alcohol.
Okay,
and
sick.
I think he just bounces
He
around
was
to
at
these
Live.
hotels.
Was it Live or was it M? I
think so, I saw
He was at Komodo.
LFGC there too?
He was at
Not at M with me, no.
Komodo beyond the bar,
Oh, okay.
Porn.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what? Yeah,
which is in Fontainebleau.
So
That's what it was. Yeah.
originally, I thought it was gonna be. I should probably have read the contract, but I thought he was gonna be like like making drinks and stuff. But it was just a kind of a meet and greet.
Nice.
And then I also didn't know it was outside, so I just pulled up in a t-shirt and I was fucking freezing. So the marketing guy gave me a hoodie and I got to keep it. It's super nice. It says marketing department on it.
That's sick.
Yeah, so I got to keep a hoodie out of it. I was so cold, dude. And I always wear a hat when I'm like outside because my head gets cold and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't have a hat on. So
Dude,
I was
you
frozen.
gotta
showed up
check
for summer
I
vacation.
know,
You
dude.
gotta check the temperatures in.
I got to read the contract is what I got to do.
Yeah, indoor, outdoor.
Because it probably just said like an outdoor shoot. Bring a hoodie.
Right. It's gonna be cold, guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then I saw you Friday night and Saturday night.
Yeah, so what was Friday night? So that was Friday afternoon. And then, Friday night was H-Wood.
Mm-hmm.
That was with Future and David Guetta. That was fun. And then, I left. I went back to XS, but they didn't need me. And then I left, got some sleep. And then back to H-Wood and back to M and then H-Wood on Saturday. We did an event for Max Crosby. Same type of thing. It was like cigars and like signings and pictures and stuff.
Gotcha.
But the dude showed up like an hour late, so it was dark out. And it was
That was
outside
outside
again.
too?
No lights.
Oh shit.
I didn't even think to like bring like portable lights or anything, right?
I mean, that's not super. I feel like if they're gonna do a meet and greet, I feel like is that on you? Is it on?
It was on them, but like, it would have been cool to just like, hey guys, I got lights.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
It could have been like, don't worry, I got
Yeah,
it. Like, I'm
exactly.
prepared.
But I didn't even think because he showed up so late.
Right.
Like by the time he was supposed to be done, like it was still like it was supposed to be still like light outside.
Oh, okay. That
So we
makes
showed
sense.
up when it was dark, and I'm like, fuck, I
Did
should have
you-
brought lights just to.
So in that like certain circumstance, do you keep like an LED panel in your bag, like that goes on your camera just in case?
Yeah, I always have a little pocket.
Okay. Yeah. Like
light.
it's like emergency situations.
Yeah, and
like
then
that.
M actually ended up like pulling in some big lights, so he was
Nice.
lit fine. So,
Nice.
but that was cool. And then H Wood again. Who was there?
on Saturday?
Saturday was Jack Harlow,
and then
Kate Trinata,
and then Rich the Kid
Rich
came
the
out
Kid.
for a bit.
He wasn't. I don't think he was scheduled. He
He
two
just came out with
songs.
Zach Bia.
So what was the H-Wood? It was just music?
Yeah, you want to talk about H-Wood, like kind of the venue?
Yeah.
I think it was a very cool
Yeah, so
pop-up.
I shot for Curza for H-Wood on Friday and Saturday night. It was I think it was an invite only private event, and it was kind of like a little more high end celebrity party.
Okay.
It was pretty busy the first night, and the first night was Future and David Guetta. But they had a ton of sponsors. Like, it was also sponsored by Taco Bell, so they had a whole tent full of like a Taco Bell lounge where they just handed out free Taco Bell.
Oh shit.
So that was a huge aspect of it. There was a Baja Blast bar. There was NYX Cosmetics, which is like these girls handing out this NYX cosmetic stuff. It's like this lip balm.
Yeah.
So there's all these different like moving parts that we had to get coverage for. But basically it was just like a celeb party with like celeb fucking performances.
Yeah.
Oh nice.
First night it was pretty fucking busy. There was a lot of people there. So it was fun to shoot that, and then just doing like the standard. I have to work with the team. They have a gigantic shot list. I have to get all these sponsors. Then I have to make sure I get these sponsors, make sure the rest of the photographers are getting the sponsors. Then I have to make sure we're getting good fucking coverage of the acts. We have to manage expectations with the client. It's just like, it's the same sort of work you would do at a festival, but condensed into 4 hours into 2 days.
Right.
I'm surprised how fast they put that pop-up up.
Yeah, so if anybody's familiar, it was with Vegas. There's a desert lot across the street from the Wynn.
You mean like across?
In between fashion show and the Trump. In between fashion
Okay,
show
so I know the lot.
And Resorts World
and
technically.
DI. It
Gotcha.
goes fashion show, the dirt lot, Desert Inn, and then
Gotcha.
Resorts World.
Yep.
So it was in that desert lot. Supposedly, I heard that's where they're gonna build a third wind tower.
That would be amazing,
who
dude.
fucking knows? Not
Not a wind tower. It'd be cool if they did another like event space like that there.
Yeah,
That'd be
they
cool, like
could
a
have-
Wynn event space. That'd be
That way
really
they
cool.
could have the fairgrounds where they do the, like I said,
where they had Rock in Rio, where they do what do they? Oh, Sick New World.
Yeah, that's what I'm showing a blank on what they've the
Yeah,
big ones.
Lovers and Friends.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do iHeart there.
Did you see that on Vegas Policy,
What?
the new tower, or where did you see that?
No, I've heard that for a few years.
Yeah, a
There's
few
been
years
some,
though.
like people talking about it. But the H-Wood event was cool. I got some cool shit.
Yeah, dude, I saw you running around. You looked pretty intense, as always.
As always, when he's at work.
Yeah, you're walking with like these like they were like the models for
The gang of girls. Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
Knicks girls
Yeah.
handing out the
Bastards.
cosmetics. Well,
So
I was like
you had
directing
to like get pictures
them.
and stuff of them fucking handing stuff out.
Yeah, and then we also had to get like shots of them applying the lip balm and handing it out. So like a lot of that stuff we posed. I had Sam with me. He was doing the video aspect, and then we had like
Sammy Dean.
no, it's Sam. I forget how to say his last name. Lebo. He's from LA. He's from LA.
Part of Curza?
Yeah. He's
Damn.
another cool videographer.
That's cool.
So him and I were doing that together, and then we had like an assistant holding the lights, and then like so I had to direct the girls, and then so it's like all these different things in like 4 hours. So it's pretty hectic. That's why I look like
Intense.
a nutcase when I'm playing. So I'm fucking
Hyper focused.
I'm focused, bro. I'm
Yeah,
getting
for
after
sure.
it. Yeah.
For sure. That's
so that was
awesome.
cool. Tuesday night I covered the medium welcoming party
Oh,
at
Chelsea?
the F1 paddock. Yeah, but we were shooting for different
Oh,
clients.
okay, got it.
Yeah,
I saw you guys
on
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Not in person, yeah.
Well, there was a lot of different shooters there. Like Al was there.
Yeah, there was a whole gang of you guys on the story.
Yeah,
On the
and
stories.
I know.
Yeah.
and everybody was shooting for different people.
Got it.
I think she
yeah.
was working for the Super Bowl committee. I was working for Destination by Design, which is the company that put on that decorated the place and hired all the talent. So
Nice.
then I got to shoot the talent too. I actually got that because of Sean. Thank you, Sean.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I did that. And then, worked Wednesday. I can't remember what I did.
Right? Yeah, it's
Thursday, I can't remember what I did either. Oh, I was working for Pepsi on Wednesday and Thursday and Saturday.
Did you work with Mike with Sirius or no? Because I know he did his Pepsi shoot.
No, there's a lot of different Pepsi activations
Okay,
going on.
got it.
Yeah. But Pepsi had an activation in Mandalay Bay. They took over a restaurant.
Got it. Were they a sponsor for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they also had
Makes
that
sense.
ugly banner on the freaking anyway.
Yeah. And then I did a bunch of other shit Sunday, but we don't It's kind of boring shit. What'd you do?
okay.
What'd you do? Oh, I mean, I did. Yeah. I
How
did.
is it? We're literally on a podcast talking about it.
Yeah, man.
Just skip over it. Boring.
Yeah, literally fucking shot Taylor
Okay.
Swift.
Right.
And then, okay, Sunday. We'll talk about Sunday. Sunday, I shot a private party for Corona. It was a private
Hell yeah, dude.
party at.
I would have been so happy if I was there.
Yeah, Corona.
Corona's
is-
my drink, by the way, everybody.
That's your alcoholic beverage of
Yes,
choice?
that is it. I had 4 or 5 last night,
Yeah.
and it was a warm up night.
Could be. That was just to get started.
Yeah. Love my Corona. I can't have it without a lime, though, by the way.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
criminal to not have it with
I know.
lime.
I know. Yeah.
And then Sunday, I had. So I shot that thing, and then I ran over to. There was another private party, gin and juice private party at
Oh, yeah.
EBC. So
How
I
was
shot
that?
that. It was sick. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre performed, so I got
Yeah.
to shoot that. And then went from
Very appropriate.
yeah, and then did that. They had a roller rink there too, and
Yep.
then Usher came later after we were already gone.
Yeah, I was there at 4 in the morning, the night before or the morning of or whatever.
And they were loading in.
They had me do a time lapse of them loading in the
Oh, shit.
lowriders. Yeah,
That's cool.
So I set my cameras up at like 2 a.m. and then let them, like, I came back at like 3:30. The cars still weren't lowered, so I stopped the cameras, restarted, and then went home for the night, and then came back at like 2 p.m. the next day to pick up my cameras. And
Nice.
yeah, it was a cool little time lapse that they wanted me to film for them lowering the lowriders in.
That's awesome.
sick.
Yeah, because they had to close off the strip and then lower them with the crane into the pool
Wow.
area.
Yeah, that's
So
sick.
yeah, it was sick. Yeah,
can't wait to
I
see
thought for sure my
Yeah,
cameras
show
were
us
gonna
that.
be. Yeah, I will. Thought
So
for
you
sure
left your cameras there?
yeah, in the fucking pool,
Oh,
like on a tripod in the pool.
Whoa.
How'd
My
you make
A7S3.
How'd you make sure it stayed on? You just
I click record and hope for the best.
damn.
I had a V mount battery though, so it was like
Oh, okay.
7 hours, 6 or 7 hours of battery
How
life.
many photos was it?
It was a video,
Oh, you did a video time lapse.
Yeah.
Not photo.
just 1080p though, not 4K.
okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember how big the file was. It wasn't crazy big though, maybe like 80, 90 gigabytes. Yeah, and then I guess the cameras died overnight, and then but the footage was there and it worked. I had a Insta360 taped onto a pool like thing, like pole that you like walk in the pool with. Yeah,
Oh, the handrail.
duct taped,
Oh, nice.
and then a tripod with the A7S3 on the other end.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. I thought for sure the cameras are gonna be gone though.
right?
Yeah.
Or
wet.
somehow
Oh
fall,
yeah,
fall
falling or
over into the
something.
pool.
Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of sketchy, but the win wanted it, so I did it and delivered, and yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, and then so from that, I ran over to XS, and then we covered, basically just covered Taylor Swift and
Yeah.
Travis Kelce.
Did you think that they were gonna come? Because I
Uh,
did not think that they were gonna come because I saw on TMZ that they had a private party at Zook.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just kind of, I was on like, by the time I got to XS, I was on hour 14, and I was like,
Don't
yeah.
even know where I'm at.
no, I could care less. Like, I wanted them to come, but I was like, it's all the same to me. Like, I'm gonna shoot just as hard either way. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I don't think it was very busy on Sunday night.
no, because the Super Bowl was on,
Right.
so people started drinking.
I
At
think
like
people
noon.
were just fucking yeah.
done.
Yeah. And then if you
When it came to
if-
1:30 in the morning, people are just
yeah. And then if you were at the stadium, you're worried about getting out of there, like going
Yeah,
back
not
to your hotel.
Not
or
going to get out until like what
Not gonna-
7, 8 p.m.,
I'm not
9
gonna go,
maybe.
yeah, try to spend more money and get to like some private event or whatever.
there's
it
no
is.
way.
Yeah, so I honestly thought Sunday was going to be the biggest like night or the most busy night I should
I
say.
think Saturday was probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, leading up to Super Bowl.
So were you there when they told Jelly Roll to leave?
Yeah, well, we were all standing right. I don't think they told him to leave.
They didn't. He just assumed maybe.
I think.
I felt bad.
I think. Okay, so what happened was there was a performance that was supposed to happen from Jelly Roll. I was
At-
excited because I've never shot him before
At,
at XS,
XS.
that night.
oh, okay.
while
On
Marshmallow was
Sunday
playing.
night.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But right when he was about to go on, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce showed up.
Yep.
And
So
then
they
got
ran
in the
on his
DJ
parade.
booth, and they just kind of like.
yeah. Fuck. Yeah. Forgot.
And I
about
think he
Jelly
was
Roll.
just kind of like, all right, I think I'm just gonna like get out of here. But like, if
Someone
anything-
had to tell him though, just like, hey, you're good to go. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he just fucking walked away.
Oh, for sure. But I just love that. Like, I wonder how he feels about it. Because in my eyes, like, I'm bummed out that he didn't get to perform. But also, too, maybe we did him a favor because I guarantee he still got paid
Yeah, for sure.
and he didn't have to do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like us showing up and be like, hey guys, we
It
canceled.
would it would depend on his ego, but I don't think that
He seems like a
has
pretty
an
chill-
ego.
he has
Yeah.
one,
So he's probably like he totally understands. But if he had like an ego, he would have probably been pretty butthurt, right?
But
like,
I feel like even if you have an ego, it's Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Super Bowl weekend.
yeah,
her dude just
exactly.
won- like, sorry.
like let
but,
them
like,
have the party, you know?
sorry, unless you're like, you would have to be like a Kanye West.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
like a Michael Jackson, where like you would have to be even higher
Then Taylor and the Chiefs winning the
try
Super
to be
Bowl.
like, no,
Yeah.
this is my like so.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody
yeah,
else, like,
yeah.
bro, you're taking a
So
back
probably,
seat.
probably worked out for him.
I didn't realize how fucking popular Taylor Swift and Travis
No.
Kelce are.
I didn't
Same.
realize that either until I saw more coverage about her being at the game or involved in the game than the game itself. I haven't seen any footage of any of the game. I've only seen photos of her or with him.
Dude, me and my parents were watching TMZ. Dude, they analyzed like our video and pictures for like fucking 20, 30 minutes.
Damn.
It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
Our
on
photos?
TMZ Live. Yes.
Really?
Like analyzing it. It was insane.
Well, because that's the only photo they had
Yeah.
to go off of.
They didn't even
from
talk
her.
about the Super Bowl or anything else that happened. It was just like our like video and pictures.
From
Whoever got
XS?
content. Yeah, XS. And some stuff from Zook. Like the whole fucking TMZ broadcast.
Damn.
So intense.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it was neat. It was neat.
How was you used to have a stroke?
No, it just
How was your week?
my week was
Yeah, what did you do?
Super Bowl. So yeah, like I said, I had a VGK game on, or no, that was this
Friday?
week. No, I had a wedding on Monday, a VGK game on Tuesday, which is what I passed you that destinations.
Was this
gig.
yesterday or a week ago?
I was talking about Super Bowl
last
week.
Last week.
Got it.
So I had a VGK game, so I passed Mike that gig that he shot. I don't even know what he shot, but I passed it to him. And then Friday,
The welcome thing.
Friday night I had a gig at Area 15 for USA Today, which had Jason Derulo perform as like the main.
Jason Derulo.
So that was cool. That was like 7:30 p.m. to like 1 a.m. Running around like a crazy man.
Yeah.
But it was cool because, like I said,
1 a.m. 7
yeah.
p.m. to 1 a.m. I got it.
so that was cool because, like I said, all the little areas of the event, there was plenty to like do and capture. And then Saturday had a gig at Top Golf for Michelob Ultra, which Mike passed me.
We just trade
So that was
With wasn't that with Lil Wayne and stuff?
yeah, that was Lil
Nice.
Wayne,
was a
Alesso,
bucket
T-Pain.
list.
What was he like? Oh yeah, dude.
That's right, dude. I know. I gotta.
Holy
I gotta,
fuck!
I
How
gotta,
stoked right now, man.
Dude, I'm stoked. I gotta.
Holy
drop,
shit!
I gotta drop the clip
forgot.
of our last podcast
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And then- yeah. So that was a pretty overwhelming gig because that was like a 12-hour day with the LFDC crew, which is like a bunch of. It was more videographers, but there was 3 photos.
Okay.
So we just had a crazy shot list with celebrity red carpet, sponsor stuff, fans or not fan stuff, but just lifestyle, people golfing.
Yeah.
Celebrity shootout with Shaq, Martha Stewart. So that was just it got pretty
And
chaotic.
was that all in one location?
I was all at Top Golf.
Wow.
So like Top Golf,
You guys have the upstairs or what?
all 4 floors.
Holy shit!
Well, the 4th floor we didn't really touch because that was like Michelob Ultra exec. So we're
Where
like,
everyone was doing blow.
probably. So we were just like, don't, you know what I mean? Don't photograph them. Just focus on like the normal like
Yeah.
VIP and fans. But on the golf range, is it a range?
driving range.
Yeah.
Driving range, yeah. So on the driving range, they set up the stage, like a mobile stage for Alesso and Lil Wayne.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was sick because then they opened it up to like the crowd. So then you could go on to the green and then you were like at a concert.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's
So
super
what was that
sick.
fucking tent for that I brought up last
That
time?
tent was just the red carpet area for
That makes sense.
for the celebrities
Celebs.
and then regular. So there was two red carpets.
One for the peasants, one for
One
the
for the
celebs.
normal folk, and then one for the celebs. Which that whole area didn't need to be that big. But
So was it like invite only or was it just like all?
Yeah. I
think it
Michelob
was
Ultra
invite only.
The majority
No, it
of
was
these
invite
big
only.
parties with the celebs are all like,
friends
for
and
instance,
family
the Corona
and
party
stuff?
I did was just Corona execs.
yeah.
Oh wow.
And then the H-Wood thing was all invite only. The thing my brother did, he did security for the Fanatics event at the Marquee Day Club Dome, was all invite only for Fanatics, like employees and people.
Being
Yeah,
little
so how was your Sunday?
Sunday was cool. Was a shot for On Location, which was basically a private tailgate outside the Super Bowl.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they had 3 lots. So Billy Idol performed. They had some.
Fucking
more,
love Billy Idol.
do you?
I shot him. Yeah.
Oh, you shot him?
Yeah.
at,
photo.
at the Cosmos.
Oh yeah.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know if you knew who Billy Idol was.
Yeah.
No,
You didn't know who Lance Bass was.
I get Billy Joel and Billy Idol mixed up.
Because
they look
at
the
least
same.
you don't get Billie Idol and Billie Eilish confused.
Billie Eilish is cute, dude.
But
I
yeah,
don't think you think she's cute.
that.
I think she's
I
cute.
think you like something else about her.
Oh, her giant rack, yeah. It's like straight to the point.
But yeah, Sunday was cool's tailgate, and my deliverables were very straightforward. It was literally just fans.
Yeah.
So it was like portraits of fans.
So you did photo for the same gig, or you just?
No, I did photo for Billy Idol like
He did Billy Idol at like Cosmo,
months
right?
ago,
At
yeah.
the
Oh,
months
then
ago,
never
yeah.
mind. Different.
Yeah.
So continue.
different time, different gig. Yeah. So that was it was exhausting in that sense because you're just having to go up to people each time we take your photo, and then you got to explain to them like fucking scan the QR code. Photos will be delivered.
Do you know what the program they were using to get their photos?
Yeah, Memento.
I wasn't okay.
So it's like a face recognition.
I used another software called Spot My Photo for corporate headshots, and they scanned their thing, and they automatically got their headshots.
I did
way.
a shoot.
nice, yeah.
I did a shoot for Memento. I wonder if it's the same company.
Is it the? I mean, it's face recognition. So
I
like,
don't. Maybe not then. No, mine was for like during F1 weekend. Like it had something to do with the cars. I think Memento builds the cars or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't know if they have like a fucking
other division.
exactly. I don't know.
No, but this is literally just fans. Basically glorified step and repeat, or like a mobile step
Yeah.
repeat. Just fan content. Fans looking at you, fans taking their photo. So pretty straightforward. It wasn't the most glamorous thing, but it paid well, and again, pretty straightforward.
Sweet. Were most people like wanting to be on camera and stuff?
Almost everyone did because there was
They're
really
excited.
no one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there was no one that really said no. Like almost everyone, and then most people would like hand me their phone. Oh, take us. I'm like, look, I'm taking my camera. It's gonna be, trust me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it on my camera, and it's gonna be uploaded in like 2 hours. Like you're good.
You want to know the funniest thing ever is like you guys have probably dealt with this too when you're like shooting or like in a club or whatever, and you're like walking with the camera, and there's like that one guy that like puts his like hand over his face, like don't take a picture of me. Does that ever happen to you? It's like, dude, no one knows who you are.
It's not necessarily that. Usually, I've been given money to stay away from them. It's because they're there with a bunch of whores.
I mean, like when they're not, like if they're just walking alone, they think they're famous. It's like,
No.
okay,
Usually,
yeah.
like please.
Oh yeah,
do
that's
not-
happened too. Yeah,
Please do not come to this table.
yeah, yeah,
Here's
yeah.
$100 to stay away.
That's
I'm like,
happened too.
all
That's
right.
funny.
I've had that.
And then you just shoot the shit out
I'm
of them. No,
I'm,
I'm just kidding.
gonna linger. Maybe you give me some more money. I'll leave.
Right.
No.
I don't think I've had that kind of situation in the club, but more so like if I'm in an MMA gym. Actually, I've had people like come out of their way and be like, "Don't take my photo or
Really?
video," and it's like I'm literally don't even know who you are. I'm not shooting. You.
Exactly,
Like, I'm here
yeah.
for my person, and that's it.
Exactly. Why do you think they do that?
Well, in the club, I could see because, like I said, if they're doing blow
Yeah,
or
yeah,
they're
yeah.
not with their wife and they're with some other individuals, that's probably why. Or if they're like a business, if you're like an exec for CEO,
Right, yeah.
hammered and shit.
Yeah.
I could see an MMA gym, like maybe they don't want to have. Yeah, like a lot of people too. Like it's kind of like I feel like an MMA gym's like it's kind of like bad juju too. Like because they don't want like themselves filmed while like say if you're sparring somebody
getting beat up
they
or
don't
something?
they don't want that footage out there. Like
Right,
yeah.
and I get that, but it's always like Brandon was saying, it's like it's always the person
Yeah.
you didn't even see
Yeah,
anyway.
it's like chill out. Like they're acting like they're somebody, but I think that's what
Yeah.
it kind of
It's
is,
like
right?
you brought it to my attention.
Yeah,
didn't even
yeah,
realize you were
exactly.
there.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like okay, so I did some work for a UFC fighter, and he was going to a boxing gym to get just sparring, and he
Yep.
was sparring some like early 20-year-old kid, but it was boxing and
okay.
MMA, two completely different facets of fighting. And the kid was kind of piecing him up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then like he had me cut the entire thing out of the
yeah, for
video because he was like not into it.
Yeah.
I was getting worked.
Yeah. And I was like, well, yeah, that's fine. Whatever you want to do.
I
man."
can see that when it
Yeah.
comes to fighting and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like,
No one wants
Well,
to
there's
look
also
bad.
a ton of
Exactly.
you got to think about your ego like as a fighter. Like it's very machismo,
Yeah.
like macho, like
Right. I like that word, machismo.
Yeah, I think that I've only heard that. I've heard that referred to like in the Hispanic culture, like very machismo. Like I forget which fighter I was watching, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, I just it's machismo. I can't say like I'm gonna lose. Like I have to fucking win. You know, like it's just like that like man energy. Like,
yeah, one of my that's funny
masculine
because
energy.
one of my questions on my drone test, I actually got my drone license on Thursday.
Nice.
That's something else I did on Thursday. And I
getting after it,
passed
dude.
by 1 point. I studied for like 3 weeks and I passed by 1 point. It was insane. It was so hard. But one of the questions was the macho thing. Like, what does it mean when like a drone pilot's like, oh, give me the controller, I got this, and like the answer was macho.
Oh,
Yeah.
You got it right or wrong?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick, dude.
Yeah.
So what was your guys' favorite gig for the weekend?
Yeah. What was yours, Sean?
mine would have to be Saturday. Obviously, I got to photograph Lil Wayne, but also the aspect because I was on a media team for this. So like I said, there was other videographers on our own team, and there was 2 other shooters. So it was definitely like we have like this energy, like we're all stoked and we're all like
Nice.
getting our shots.
It's collaborative.
Yeah. Plus, I got to wear one of those like little headsets, and I felt like
Holy
felt
man,
like
I
a
saw you
pilot.
with one of those
I felt
too,
like
eh?
a pilot.
You have something in your ear.
Yeah, I'm a fucking secret agent, man. What?
Fucking it. So I love that,
I
dude.
can't.
What was your
What
favorite
happened?
gig?
No, oh, the H-Wood thing you was talking about. We had mics, but then it's like nobody uses them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we used
and it's
the
so loud,
shit
and
out
then
of
I
them.
leave mine out because
Yeah.
I have custom mold earplugs, and I'm shooting a show, and I'm like,
This is
and I'm not
goofy.
trying to be rude or like have a machismo about it. I'm
Yeah.
like just like literally like I need to protect my ears.
Yeah.
This earpiece is not protecting my
Yeah,
ears.
This little
for
piece
sure.
of foam, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, so we ended up just using the group chat.
Got it. Yeah.
And then
much
it's just
easier.
like I have 2 cameras, I have a walkie, I have
Fucking-
this,
yeah, this.
I have my credential. I'm like,
Yeah, stuffed at the gills. But see, I like that. That was the first time using the headset, and I liked it.
Nice.
well, but you had
I had the one where you just it just had the one.
Oh, that's
Oh, like one on one side and then just
It
nothing on
was
the other?
just this. Yeah, it was just the earpiece
Yeah.
and the microphone.
Oh,
in
okay,
one.
got it. Yeah,
so you
yeah.
flip it down when you talk, flip it up when you.
That's
you know,
sick.
yeah.
That's
not
super
bad.
cool.
And the sound was pretty good, like throughout. Like you hear
Yeah.
people like talking, like, "Hey, someone here, someone
Nice.
covering this."
So who's the main guy at that? What's the LF? What is it called?
LFDC,
Who's the main guy? Abe? Or
AB.
something? Yeah, did one of you guys say something? Because he followed me and he's like, hey, what's up, man? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
he seems
that's
super
how
cool.
Mike and AB know each other, and that's how I got the gig.
okay,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. He followed me this weekend. And I was like,
Nice.
oh, that's awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
shout
Yeah.
out to AB.
Yeah,
and
I'm
the
like, dude, great work,
LFDC.
man. Keep it up for sure.
yeah. I'm going to North Carolina with him.
No way.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Dreamfest. We're just shooting some sponsorship stuff.
Is that in April? When is that?
Yeah, April 6th and 7th.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, nothing crazy. But
That's awesome.
what was your favorite gig? the weekend. Week.
I mean, the Taylor one was pretty awesome. Like that was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, we gotta
conclude the
actually-
week.
We got to show them the photo of you.
Yeah,
There's
I
this
know.
fucking. So the back in the BTS video of Brandon.
No, dude, that was on. They played that on TMZ like
Oh, with
100
you were
times.
in it?
Yeah, dude.
No.
Here,
That
here,
same
I have
video
it,
they
I
kept
have it right
playing.
here. We got to put it on the podcast.
Wait, have you? I don't know.
That's so funny, dude.
So it's like a video of Kelsey, of Travis Kelsey
And
kissing Taylor
dancing,
Swift.
Yeah.
Brandon is leaning off the end of the
Stage,
DJ booth
yeah, yeah.
and obviously he has like a mid-range zoom. He doesn't have an ultra wide on, and there's so many people he can't change his lens. So he's just trying to get the shot like this.
Yeah.
And then there's a
I look
video
like a
of
fucking monkey, dude.
there's a video of him hanging off the stage getting it, and then he puts the fucking caption on his story. Hey guys, just pretend I'm not here.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Literally.
So fucking funny.
see it again?
I thought for sure the security guard was gonna fucking like push me down the stairs or something.
Who
Dude.
got the photo of them? Who got this photo?
I think that's a just like a screenshot from a video clip.
Yeah, that's
right?
a screenshot from a video.
Oh, just someone's video of them, and then
One of the Win social media guys got that video.
Oh,
Jaime?
Yeah. It was Jaime. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, and that video was all over fucking like TMZ and like news outlets and
like
stuff.
on one hand you're so focused, but on the other hand you look so like uncomfortable. Of like, oh,
Dude, I
God,
know.
Well, the thing that got me is the caption is that you said, "Hey guys,
Yeah,
just pretend I'm not here."
Yeah.
It's like you're talking to a couple, like, just pretend I'm not here.
I know, right? Yeah. They definitely knew I was there too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. On one hand, they definitely knew you were there, and on the other hand, they definitely didn't give a fuck that you were there.
Exactly. Yeah, there were so many like cameras and stuff.
I
like,
last saw it. I screenshot and sent it to Crystal.
That's
she
so
thought it
funny.
was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I had so many like laughing responses on that.
That's
It was
awesome.
hilarious. Yeah, but
That was your favorite gig though overall.
That was probably just because like the week was very cool and stuff overall. But that kind of like put a cherry on top for sure. Just being in that moment and stuff. And
yeah.
yeah, dude, I think I had a really fun weekend overall. And I was coming off like a really bad cold too. So
Oh yeah, you disappeared for like 4 days.
yeah, I was super sick. And then me and my dad were supposed to go to the Oilers and Knights game on the Tuesday before like
Yeah, that was last week. Yeah.
everything started on Wednesday. And I sold my tickets because I was just like, I need one more night to rest.
That's good, man.
So,
Well,
yeah.
it's smart that you made that decision.
Yeah, I was like on the fence of like going or not, but I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be a busy week, and I just want to rest. And
Yeah, dude, and fuck going to us. Have you ever been to a hockey game sober? It sucks.
I get because I would have been sober, and my dad's like, "You're not gonna drink." I'm like, "No." He's like, well, "I don't even want to go there."
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crystal and I took a break. This is like right when the Knights started, like the first season. We were taking a break from drinking, and we got tickets for free. We went. We both just sat there like,
it's all boring and stuff.
like, should we drink?
do
And
I
then we
do?
both stayed. We didn't drink. We're like,
Yeah.
that sucked. And then we went again and we drank. And we're like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's because I mean obviously I shoot the game so I'm sober, but I see it and
But
so,
you're shooting, so like that's the different.
Totally
aspect.
different.
No, but what
yeah.
I'm saying is I could see because even if like not just because you're drinking part of it, but just the little like intermission, right? You're gonna go up, you hit the bar, like
Exactly,
There's so
yeah.
much involved. Where just because
Exactly.
if you're sitting there, like you're just gonna sit in your seat for the fucking 4 hours, like
Yeah.
oh, that's boring as shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Especially if you're like a casual fan, like I am with hockey.
Yeah.
exactly.
No, you got.
I'm not going to pretend to be like I'm a huge fan. I do love the team, but I was born and raised in Vegas. I didn't grow up with sports.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a huge thing for me. For
Yeah,
sports.
most people are just excited about the goals and the fights, really. You know,
Yeah, and I'm just excited that Las Vegas has a team, something
Yeah.
that we can all come.
it's a social gathering,
exactly.
dude.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely,
like
yeah.
you said, drinking, eating, mingling,
Yeah.
walking around. Yeah, for sure.
Fucking nacho cheese smells in the Bud Light Lounge.
That's so funny.
Dude.
Yeah. My favorite gig for the week was. I don't know. The H-Wood event was pretty cool. That was
Yeah?
fun. Yeah, because I like doing shoot. I like pushing myself, like photograph, like work wise. Like I like having a big shot list, feeling overwhelmed, and having to like run around, get shit,
Check
just
it
like
off
go,
the
go, go, go,
list.
go.
Yeah.
I love
Do you
doing
like that?
Yeah, and I love the physical aspect of it. Like I love working out, and I've been working out a bunch. I was fucking running around, and then I fucking wore Jordans to try to look cool, and I was running around in Jordans. My fucking left heel is fucking bruised.
Really?
Dude? Yeah, I'm never wearing Jordans to work.
You just wish you were just an Ultra Boost or something.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, like it's gonna be a pretty chill night.
Who are you trying to impress?
Yeah.
Nobody. I just wanted to wear Jordans.
Yeah,
I
but you
just
said
like
you were trying to look cool.
So he says.
Yeah, no, I was
in
trying to
front
look
of all
cool.
the
I
celebs?
was trying to look cool for myself.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
wanted to feel it.
Yeah, well, because I wear all black all the time, and it's like I literally wear the same
I feel that. Yeah.
pants, same jacket, like every fucking shoot I'm on. So I'm like, oh, let me mix it up a little bit and throw in some
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
cool
yeah, for
shoes.
sure, for sure.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
So that was like your favorite?
that was cool, and then the Taylor Swift thing was cool too.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
because
that
that
was
photo
cool.
I got was.
I'm just glad that
rad.
they came and stuff. Like I said, I didn't think they were coming. I thought it was gonna be a bust of a night. And then I see fucking Danny Mahoney just running, and I'm like, dude, where you going? He's like, follow me. And then I catch up to him. He like shows me the text like, oh, Chiefs and Taylor are on their way.
nice.
It's from like Jasmine or something. And then, yeah, we actually went down the service elevator with Victoria and head of security, and then went like through this back underground fucking maze, and then went outside where they like have like the trucks and stuff, and then
Loading dock.
the loading dock, yeah, and then Taylor security or whatever was there, and he said like no cameras, and we're like, oh, no problem, like we just came because I don't know,
Taylor
Danny
Swift,
said
Right.
something.
Yeah.
And then me and Danny went back in, and then we started shooting right when they came up the elevator.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool.
So I wanted to ask you guys, like, so as freelance and doing all these gigs, is it tough when you have different clients and projects with different needs? Like, do you have to untrain yourself to shoot certain ways for each project?
I think when I was newer in my career, yes. But now that I have so much more experience in different, it's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. Like when I was shooting that H-Wood event, we have to get all these sponsorship stuff. We have to get all this crazy shit. One of the aspects was the Taco Bell tent. Mm-hmm. So I've done architecture photography before. So it's funny. I was taking all these photos of like the setup, but just because I have the experience in architecture photography, like I was like, okay, cool. Like I got to get low. I got to keep my fucking vertical lines straight, make it look good, make sure everything's in frame and framed right. And I looked back at my photos and I was like, wow, these look really fucking good. And I was like, it's cool that I have this much experience.
Yeah.
So every little small facet that it might not be that good at, I'm pretty decent at now because I have that much experience.
Right.
So I don't feel like I have to untrain myself.
More so like per project. So for in my case, for example, so Friday I had an event with a little bit of music. Saturday was sponsors. celebrities. So same thing, event, and then also a music aspect. But then Sunday, the on location stuff was literally fans, portraits. Hey, can I grab a photo? Boom, boom. And that's all they cared about. That was my only job description. So when I was shooting for the on location stuff, at first I'm shooting some wide shots of like showing all the crowd, showing the decor, because they put a lot of money into the decor of the event. And then, like I said, midway I had to like untrain and go, focus on, it's just people. That's all they care about. You're gonna waste your time shooting they don't want to show off that there's a ton of people. They don't want to show, you know what I mean? Like,
it's just group photos.
Yeah, they don't want to show like cocktail, no sponsor. So that's what I was saying, is like, you had to go, oh, hold on, like, that's right, like you're just doing this. But like I said, the other events were always so many different things. Like, wait, what am I shooting?
I guess if it's like I shoot a lot of events, so it's always usually the same shit. But I guess if I had to just slow down and shoot one small thing, I would have to do that. But for the most part, it's kind of all the same shit to me.
Yeah, because like on Friday, I think it was Friday, my USA Today event, I think the client had told me, she was like, we don't really want post photos of people.
Oh, okay.
Nobody wants to post photos of people
But
anymore.
then Sunday
is that right?
Literally post.
For an event, it's usually fly on the wall. That's what they say.
Candid.
Fly on the wall, candid,
Yeah.
capture the
Energy,
moments,
right.
don't interrupt people.
Right.
The only time where they want post photos is shit like that, or like a corporate event. Oh, we're having this mixer. Can you go and get some like people together?
See, for video, it's always candid.
Exactly.
'Cause what are you gonna fucking do? Like, can I take a video of you just standing there like?
Well,
you know what I
for
mean? Like, you
video,
can't do that.
Well, usually for video, it'd be like, if it's like sponsor related, right? It's like cheersing or something a little bit more like hyper.
Yeah, exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, like you have to act it out a little
Like
bit.
pulling it out, or get this pour.
Exactly.
And, grab it, things like that.
Yeah, I think video's a little bit differently. But for your question, for me, for example, I think I shoot everything pretty much the same, right? Basic coverage of, close-ups, tight shots, medium shots, establishing shots. I'm pretty much shooting for the edit,
Right.
for the most part.
Yeah.
They always give me a shot list. Most of the time, I don't even look at it because I just know what they need. So,
But then you can run into pickles if you don't fully read the shot list and like you forget to wear a jacket because it's outside.
yeah, well, that was more of the contract.
Or like I said, the on location was like literally that. It's like they sent luckily, again, in our experience, I knew what they wanted,
Yeah.
but I didn't read the specific breakdown until I was uploading, where it said, do's, this is what we want.
Yep.
Don'ts, this is what we don't want. And I was like, okay, good. So I did capture a lot more things, and I'm like, cool, that eliminates a good chunk of the portions of like strictly people looking at me and I'm taking their photo.
Yeah.
Like don't even worry about editing. Billy Idol, don't worry about editing any decor or like wide group shot, like wide shots. So
yeah, I don't think there's ever been a time where I've like seen a shot list and not gotten a shot. It's always pretty much the
I have a
same.
perfect example of this.
And if it's like, I always make sure to ask like, who are the sponsors, and they'll tell me and stuff, and then I'll just get basic coverage of the sponsors.
Yeah, so I'm pretty anal, and I always read through the shot list an insane amount of times.
Really?
yeah,
Even if I already know what's going to go on. But I had a perfect example of this on Sunday for the Corona watch party.
Yeah.
There's a 50 Cent meet and greet.
Yep.
There's two photographers, me and another kid. Very nice gentleman. Hit it off. We kind of divvied up the shot list a little bit. He was hanging out on the step and repeat. It said 50 Cent meet and greet. I texted him and said, hey, dude, I think they're about to do the 50 Cent meet and greet. Are they doing it at the step and repeat where you are? And he said, no, they're not. We're doing it in a different area. I just went to go photograph it, and the client told me the client stopped me and said that we have enough media coverage there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him. I was like, oh, okay. Well, if we're not
Who's the
doing
media?
it, then who's covering it? And he said, I don't know. I literally tried to do it, and she put her hand on my chest and said no. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, if she said no, then I think we got it covered. What happens?
no coverage.
3 fucking days later, she's like, hey, where are all these photos?
What the fuck? I don't understand why they would say no coverage
Exactly.
then.
We don't understand either.
So then it's not your fault. It's no one's
No,
fault.
yeah, for sure. It's not my fault at all. And then
Yeah.
this kid even knows the client, has worked with the client before. So, like, from him saying that, I was like, okay, cool. We don't need to grab that anymore.
Like, there's so much
Oh, they're-
miscommunication, dude.
And they're always like, you show up and then it's like, I'm not even sure. And you're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you're hiring us.
Well, yeah, what do you mean? It's like, oh, yeah, I think that's going to happen. Like, even for the hockey game the other night, there was supposed to be, so one of the players had his 1,000th game. And I didn't even know that.
Who was
till,
that? Pietrangelo?
Yeah, Petro. So there was that. But then the other team, so the Minnesota Wild team had texted me and they were like, I think there's going to be an honor for Fleury, who was our
that's
old
right.
goalie, right? So it was like,
Forgot
I
he
think
plays
there's
for
going to be a
Minnesota.
tribute to Fleury as well. I just don't know when or what. So I'm talking to the staff photographers of VGK, and I'm like, hey, did you hear about this? And it's like, I don't think that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're still trying to figure out, okay, well, so we'll focus on the Petros 1,000 stick ceremony. When's that happening? We're not sure.
It's so crazy.
And I'm like,
yeah.
bro, what? Like, how are you gonna do?
This is their job.
Like, how are you guys gonna play in a fucking ceremony? No, even your own team is like still not sure the details. I'm like, that's gonna happen in like 20 minutes. Like, we should probably figure out where and
then
what.
and then the funny thing is, it always works out, and like normal people just see it as like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes, it's always a clusterfuck.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I get insecure sometimes about asking too many questions. Like I'm annoying
Same.
the client.
Yeah.
But
You have to ask
I never
questions.
get insecure.
I try to tell myself though, and I think you're a little bit older than us too, and you also worked in a different career field than us.
Well,
So I think like maybe you're a lot more accustomed to that than us, because I always feel guilty, like I'm annoying them.
Well, I'm more so I don't get insecure about that. I'm more so I want to be, because with me with the shot list too, I get anal because certain times shot lists are more of like a guideline, and other times they're like,
This is what we need.
this is what we need. And so I always take every shot list I ever get, or like ideas, and I need to get these things. This is what the client wants,
Yeah.
or whatever. I need to get these. So I fucking freak out if I'm not able to get it, whether it's out of my control or not. Like,
Yeah.
I need to get these. So I don't worry about asking too many. I just go, did I get these things that were on this list or not? That's
Yeah.
why. Like, I don't give a
Well,
fuck
for me,
every
it's more like detailed things that are like have time, that are more time sensitive. Like, hey, is this happening? Hey, is that? And they're like,
Right.
oh, I don't know. And I'm like, guys, I need to know. Like, for instance, what you were talking about. Like, and I'm like, am I being fucking annoying? Like, I keep
No, 'cause
asking
you-
them
no,
these
'cause-
questions.
No, because I think
my job.
I think that any client or anybody you're working with, whether it's marketing, whatever, would appreciate that, because they know when you get somebody who's like on top of their shit, they're the same way of like, this needs to happen in 2 minutes. Like, let's go. And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Where are we going?
I feel like a lot of the time too, it's miscommunication coming from other people. to
Exactly.
them,
There's
and
so
then
many
It's just the
people,
shit
yeah.
rolls downhill, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then we get blamed.
Yeah. It's like, why did you miss that? It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
The same sort of thing happened too.
Well, it's like you said, shit rolls downhill.
Right?
Like, they need some sponsor shots that on Sunday night, but they told me like when I got there, and I'm like, guys, I have like 40 other things I got to do. Like, I'll
Exactly.
try my best to get it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, guys, we really need it. And I'm like, guys, you guys got to hire like a separate person to do this. Like,
They hired 15 people though.
Taylor and Travis Kelce are here. Like, I've been getting pulled this way. I can't like,
Yeah.
And I felt bad, but it's like any normal night, I'll bend over backwards to get that stuff for you guys.
100%.
But on like one of the biggest nights of the year, it's really hard to like do that, especially when, you know, everyone's telling us, guys, go get this. You have to get this.
Yeah.
Don't stop shooting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was told actually to stop shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some people said stop. Some people said
Yeah,
keep.
exactly.
It's like, what the fuck do you want us to
it was,
do?
Yeah. One guy said stop. One guy said shoot.
Yeah,
What do I do? I don't know. I mean, a little bit of both.
Throw my camera in the pool.
Yeah.
Luckily on my events this weekend, there wasn't that fiasco, but there was a fiasco at Top Golf because they were doing the celebrity shootout. So Shaq's hitting, T-Pain's there, Martha Stewart's there, whoever else. And so it got pretty chaotic because there's media. There's probably like, at this point, 15, 20 photo, video, just like.
What was it, like in one bay?
In literally one bay.
Jeez.
And then, you know, so the event people are trying to push media back to be like, look, they're going to golf in these 2 days, move. So like the 6 of us that are getting told straight to our face to move, so we're sliding back, and then that means all the other media people are like, oh cool, it opened up, so then they jump in, and it's like this constant battle of like, guys, move back, we need to make, and it didn't ever happening, so everyone just kept shooting.
I feel like sometimes the more shooters, the not as good as the content's going to turn out, just because everyone's like, oh, he's got it or he's got it. And
No, I just kept,
It's
we
just-
just
it's
seals
just-
on
It's
it.
different when everybody's like shooting for the same person, the same team.
yeah.
That will sometimes happen, but when it's like 20 wire photographers who all need the same shot,
Right.
Yeah.
they'll fucking step on each other to get the shot.
Okay, yeah. I'm referring probably more to like people on the same team.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
the same team was Ingo. So like I said, I was kind of like in the back, so I was kind of shooting more of like a wide, like over the crowd, like shooting Shaq, you know, golfing, and then AB was like right there, just getting like a tight shot of just Shaq golfing. So luckily,
Much
we had
better, yeah.
the two
Two
angles and the
angles,
two
yeah.
cleans,
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
had just a clean Shaq, and I had like kind of like the chaos of like.
But the thing is, you guys probably communicated that prior, right?
Not really.
Really?
It's just happened on the fly.
You kind of saw him, and then
I saw him, and then I was like, well, if he's here, I'm gonna move.
Exactly.
Yeah, common sense.
It doesn't make
Right,
sense.
yeah.
For you.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a good tip, though. Yeah, if you guys are on the same team and you guys are both in the same spot,
Get something different.
There's not going to be
something
a different
different
shot of like you're just next
unless
to me.
you guys are next to each other with two different lenses. One's
Exactly.
shooting wide, one's shooting tight. But typically, you're shooting with two bodies, and you both get the same.
Right. And that's going to be communicated too. You're going to be like, yo, dude, go, if you're wide.
Hey, go tight, I'll go
wide.
wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, communication is definitely key.
But yeah, definitely got a little chaotic there of
Yeah, for sure.
Shaq, Dan Marino, Martha Stewart, everyone golfing, and like I said, it wasn't just even media. It was of course everyone has a cell phone and managers and all these people like in your way, and you're like, well, this fucking sucks.
Yeah,
so get your phone out of my shot.
for sure.
So on the team aspect, I have in my notes that it's really refreshing and inspiring to see other people's work from the same project you're on.
It's sick.
Because most times, we're shooting for ourselves or we're shooting by ourselves, so we don't really get to see like a different perspective from that same thing. Like you may see a different type of photo, like you said, you shot your thing and then somebody else, but like literally like the same thing. So I have like the Top Golf event for Michelob Ultra, there's 3 of us on photos. So seeing their photos of the same event for the same shot list in different perspectives was really cool for me to be like, holy shit, I didn't see that angle.
Exactly, yeah. And just learning too, right?
Really,
like, fuck, I should have done this angle, or I should have gotten that shot, or
like
whatever.
honestly, I sat there and was like, that's fucking cool. That's a cool angle. That is a cool perspective because I didn't see that. Or for example, if like I'm waiting on like mostly it's like sponsor related. If like the booth is not happening and there's no people, it's like, okay, I'm gonna keep circling back until it kind of gets filled in. But then somebody else gets a shot and you're like, dang, I didn't even see that. Like,
and
cool.
And something else that's very cool as well. I shot H Wood for the Jack Harlow one.
Yeah.
And the other DJ, what was the other DJ's name? Key something?
Kate Trinata.
Kate Trinata? Mm-hmm. That's how you say it. Cool. Yeah, so I did
Kate Trinata, yeah.
Kate Trinata.
He's super sick, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I did the footage and then we outsourced it to an editor. And it's just cool seeing my footage, how someone else interpreted the edit. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Like that's a, shot that I wouldn't have put in or whatever. And it's like really cool.
It's funny because I did video for Area 15 and then they had an editor. I was like,
okay.
It doesn't look fucking terrible.
Exactly,
I thought it was going to look.
It's cool. Like, wow, that's how they interpret the footage.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to like someone shooting the same event.
Yeah. It was just like I said, it was so refreshing because I don't know the last time that I've been in that situation where you're, like I said, you're on the same team and it's the same. Because I've shot in events where somebody shot Friday night and I shoot Saturday. So it's like, oh, it's different artists or different things.
Right.
But this was like,
same place, same time.
Like I said, a different angle, and you're like, "Damn, that's cool." I didn't even. My brain didn't even go there. Like, and hopefully they thought the same thing about some of my stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I didn't see that either.
Did you see yourself in any of like the background of the shots?
No, because I'm more so thinking of like just certain details or certain angles to show off like certain things. It's like that's fucking cool.
Yeah, but that would be cool if like there was like an edit or whatever photos and like you were in the background, like you were getting your shot, and someone was on the other side getting their shot.
So I lied. I am in one, but you can't. So I am in like a T-Pain shot because this other guy Sam was up on the balcony, and I was like kind of 3/4 stage of T-Pain. So I am in there, but I'm just like a black hat in there like this.
Nice.
But yeah.
I was gonna say it's funny too, or if you shoot on a team and then you see the other people's work and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Have you ever ran into that situation?
Good or bad?
Every time, man.
Oh.
No,
you look at other people's
time.
shit, I'm like, God damn it.
Yes and no. I've seen it, and I'm like, oh, that's
both ways.
That's shittier.
Both ways.
Or sometimes it's like, fuck, dude,
Sometimes
mine
I'm like,
sucks.
Yeah.
So it's been both.
I like it when I see other people get better shit than me because then it like lights
Pushes
a fire
you.
under my ass. Because it's like a fun, friendly competition.
Oh, for sure.
It's not like
you have to have it a fun, friendly competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying with some of those shots. I was like, damn, that's cool, dude.
Right?
Yeah, because it inspires you.
Yeah. It's like, fuck, that's cool.
Like you're like jealous or envious, but like in a good way.
Yeah,
like
no,
as like a friendly way. Like fuck, dude, that was good.
The client
Yeah.
posted the recap, and all 3 photos from our team are in there, and the one shot of Lil Wayne isn't mine, and I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, God damn it, dude.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I'm like, that's a fucking cool photo.
It was good?
Yeah,
Nice.
it was
H Wood did a recap, and I looked at it, I was like, nice.
Yeah.
Of what?
They just posted a recap.
Oh, like a carousel?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I just love your questions.
Like like the fucking carousel on Instagram, right?
I just love your
like
questions.
photo recap or like video recap?
Photo recap.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and the majority of them are my photos. I'm like,
Nice, man. Of course. Who else are they gonna be?
Validating.
yeah, like Meg got a really good photo of Travis Scott DJing. And I was like, fuck. I was like, that's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
It's like,
I was
God damn,
in
it
a
looks
weird
so
position.
good.
There was like 3 Fiji water bottles right in front of him.
You and me were next to each other. We're
Yeah,
down.
it was hard.
She was up in the back from the side. She had a fucking sick angle. She shot it with an 85.
Nice.
So it's all just like milky and creamy bokeh.
That's awesome.
It looks
Who
fucking
does she
sick.
shoot for Resorts World?
So she shoots
Nice.
for Resorts World.
Very cool. She's like in-house.
Yeah, she's like a salaried employee.
Very cool. Nice.
Yeah.
And then just does freelance on the side as well.
Correct.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I think I saw her a couple times.
Mike, you have it here in your notes. Having the opportunity to shoot Kanye West.
Yeah, so Sunday night was a Kanye West like popped up show. Like he announced it, like it's less than 24
yeah.
hours.
So that was legit.
Yeah, they asked me to shoot it. So they asked Kurza to shoot it, and then they had me. Danilo asked me to shoot it. One of the Kurza guys. I was already booked with Win, and
Yeah.
Overlapping. type
yeah,
thing.
yeah, and like there were some jokes like, dude, just bail. It's Kanye West.
I
Just
know,
bail.
right? Yeah.
And I'm like,
Kanye or Marshmallow?
and I'm like, I can't. I'm too much. I'm too like.
I love
fucking-
Marshmallow, by the way.
Too much of a a straight hitter. Like I can't like.
Right. Well, it's because it's one of your biggest clients. It's not necessarily like a Kanye versus Marshmallow.
No, but I would feel just as guilty if I
Yeah,
bailed on
yeah,
like
for sure. You have
a
to stick
random
with-
client or my biggest client.
Yeah.
I'd feel just as bad.
Yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
I'm fucking. And then it turns out I didn't realize there's gonna be 15 shooters there.
Yeah.
But so for instance, they asked me to shoot it, and I said no, I can't get out of my.
There was 15
current-
shooters at Kanye or for your client?
Both, I'm
No,
sure,
for
right?
Win.
Yeah,
for
and-
Win.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you kind of could
I probably could have, but I didn't bail on them because I would never bail on anybody like that.
Yeah, dude, you have such a good relationship with Win. Like,
But not only that, I would just feel guilty. And then they're my biggest client, so
Yep.
I had to. I couldn't bail. And then my thought process was, okay, if I bail, I could potentially burn a bridge, but then I get to shoot Kanye West. And then in my head, I'm like, well, wait, I've seen some Kanye West shows and they're dark as fuck.
Yeah, they're
I was
super
like,
dark.
what if I bailed and then I don't even get any fucking
yeah,
good
or
photos?
this dude doesn't even show
it's
up.
just a fucking lose.
Or Kanye doesn't even show up.
Or
yeah.
he's in like a ski mask. Which
He was in a ski mask the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
then
then-
anybody in there.
And then I thought about it, and I was like, fuck him. I was like, he's just gonna announce a show 24 hours, and everyone has to drop everything to go shoot. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Very egotistical.
Yeah.
But yeah, sounds Kanye.
I don't give a fuck. And then look what happens. And then I stuck with my gig. I stuck with my word. And then I got the photo of
photo
Travis
of the
Kelce
fucking
of
year,
Taylor Swift
yeah.
kissing.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Biggest
We gotta put
picture
that
of the
up in
year.
edit, too.
Yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
Brandon's photo and then the Taylor Swift shot you got.
Yeah, which is fucking I got like 15 Google alerts.
So if you weren't working for Win or whatever, would you have like sold that photo or no? Because you could have probably made like
I could
10 fucking grand on
I
that
still
photo.
own the copyrights.
I don't think you- I
I
don't
still
think
own
You don't think you could have made that much money
Not
off of it?
necessarily. I was talking to somebody. Who
I'm
was I
curious how
talking
that
to?
works.
So I own the copyrights.
Because that's like a paparazzi kind of picture
Right.
almost.
was
You know what I
talking
mean?
to somebody. Who was I talking to? They were talking about selling a photo, and then
It wasn't as much as you
Connor.
thought.
It's Connor. He just sold a photo.
that's who it was.
Yeah, but that was more
Yeah,
for
it
like
was-
an album cover or something or a single cover, wasn't it?
It was a. Who was it? It was a Tiesto,
Tiesto and
and
Heidi Klum.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then someone was telling us like, you're not realistically, you're not gonna get as much as
Really?
you think. Yeah. So maybe Mike
Interesting.
could have, but like, I don't think would have.
No, same, yeah. But I
here's
was
the
just
thing.
curious if someone was in that position and they sold a photo like that.
Maybe, but I'm already getting paid by the client.
100%.
I
I
still
totally
own the
agree.
copyrights to it. I'm allowing them to use it. I'm giving them digital usage rights to
Yes.
use it. And in return, I crushed it for them. I maintain an amazing relationship with an amazing client.
100%.
Where I'm making great money
Right.
on a yearly basis with them. So
Exactly.
it's like, it's like a one-time,
So what if it wasn't a big client? What if
That's
it was
what
like
I'm
a
saying,
one-off?
yeah.
I don't know. I would
have shifted,
I
or-
would call Al Powers and say, what do I do?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not that well
Wouldn't call
versed.
us though. You don't
I
call
know,
us.
right? I wouldn't know what to do. I'd call Al too.
Yeah, yeah. Al knows. I'm not that well versed yet in copyright law
Yeah.
and copyright.
No.
And
Oh,
how to sell your stuff and how to get more money for stuff and how to charge for it. I'm still pretty green in that area. So the first thing I would do is call Al and be like,
No,
hey,
I
dude,
meant-
I have this scenario. What
I meant
should
more
do?
so if the Kanye versus a smaller not client, would you still stick with what you gave your word on, or would you go, dude, it's Kanye?
90. I'm 90% sure I would have still stuck with my word.
Yeah,
and
I did that this
maintained
week as well. I had, some opportunities to
Because
shoot
why-
some stuff, and same thing. I stuck with my word.
Why did I get the other gig? What's the reason why I got the other gig? Somebody probably said, hey, I need a photographer. And they said, oh, yeah, I have my friend Mike. He's the shit.
Right.
So if I bail even on a lower end gig, then I'm fucking over a friend of mine who referred me. It's just like a chain effect, that I don't want.
Yep. Stick with your word, for sure.
There's colleagues of ours that like a friend of mine will hire a colleague of ours, and the colleague will bail last minute.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, fucking, I'm not going to ever hire that kid for that gig anymore,
Right.
Yeah.
He fucking bailed day of. That's whack. Or
Yeah.
she bailed that day, So it's like a chain reaction.
They, them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them. All of them.
Yeah, you gotta make yourself undeniable. Your work's got to be good. You got to show up on time. You got to be undeniably good and reliable.
I think those second
Fuck
points.
Kanye West for fucking even putting me in a conundrum.
I know, right?
I think those second points are the most important, though. Being reliable, and what was the other one you said?
They're great points. What were they?
No, but I'm saying, being a good shooter is
Being
obviously ideal, but
undeniable,
being undeniable, being
a
reliable.
shooter,
But I
being
think being a
reliable.
good shooter's the last point.
It absolutely is.
Yes.
Being
There's
consistent,
Consistent and reliable is the most important thing.
There's a lot of other things that could tip the scale in your favor versus just like a pure, like that third thing being talent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you're the best shooter, but your client's not sure if you're going to show up on time.
Exactly.
You're going to book the fucking person who's,
exactly.
pretty decent, but he's always going to be there.
So I think that is something that, people should really work on, is being reliable and being consistent. And
being
stuff.
fucking sober when they go to jobs.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's like,
I didn't know it's fucking hard.
I didn't know that was that hard either. It's insane.
Why are you guys yelling?
I know, right? It's all like distorted now.
Fix it. No, I'm
I
just
know.
kidding.
Yeah, dude. I did not know it was that hard to show up to work sober.
Yeah.
Until I came in this industry and everyone's drunk.
You're a drunk idiot.
Yeah, drunk or on fucking Adderall or fucking.
Yeah, it's insane. It's just the way of the industry, I guess.
No, it's just. Yeah, just people think they can get away
Maybe
with
people
it.
show up to office jobs drunk too. I don't know.
I'm sure they do.
Right?
Construction, they.
Did you ever
That's
do construction,
insane.
Sean?
Did I ever do
I
construction?
know you did electrician, but
Yeah.
so did you work a lot with construction workers? Okay.
Yeah. We're on job sites.
They were all
That's
drunk?
all I did.
Oh, so you
No, they
did
were-
job site electrician
new
opposed to
builds.
like in home.
No,
Oh,
I never
okay.
did any home stuff. Fuck no. I was all commercial.
Like buildings and stuff?
Buildings, yeah, offices, retail, things like that. I never did residential.
Was this here or Riverside?
It was California, and then it was here for the first 4 years, and then 2020, I quit.
Damn, some people are just kind of fucked up, huh?
And not like really like on the job, but there was one situation that stands out where we were working 12-hour days, 7 days a week for like a month, and then this one dude would like sneak off to the porta potty and like smash a tall can. And it got that way because it's like, bro, you're driving home. Like, cause he'd be like,
Really?
we'd leave the job site and like he'd be having a tall can in the van on the way home. It's like, bro, like just wait an hour to get home. Like this is crazy. Like this is a company
Yeah.
vehicle, and this dude's cracking a tall can in the fucking on the way home. It's
I
like,
saw, I saw
alcoholism.
actually this weekend. I saw one security guard get escorted out.
Oh, really?
One of
Security
one
guard get
security. Yeah, he was
Escorted out?
hammered.
Damn.
damn, that's like a cop pulling over a cop. You never see.
Yeah, right. Yeah, security pulling over security.
You're out of here.
I was like, I don't know if he got fired. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I saw it.
nah.
I mean,
probably didn't get fired unless he's
definitely
known for
seen
it.
cocktail waitresses and busters rip shots at work. That's
Yeah, for sure.
Slightly different, but
For sure.
I don't think I've ever seen not busters and. I mean, you guys shoot the club more than I do, but
It's just, I guess it's just that environment, maybe.
yeah, I mean, if you're hungover, the fastest way to get rid of a hangover is fucking
keep going.
drink some more alcohol.
Well, that's why you call it a carryover, not a hangover,
That's funny.
Yeah, you can't get hungover if you don't stop drinking.
right?
Yeah, you just keep drinking.
So yeah, I wanted to talk. Speaking of, a lot of teams this past week, and
Yeah.
things like that. I noticed, and just in general, my other events, like being on so many emails. I wanted to talk about professional email handles because I see people's emails of like whether they're photo, video, whoever, and it's just you have a
So I have Brandon at brandondelaca.com,
Okay.
but I never use it. I use brandondelaca@gmail.com.
okay, that's fine because
Okay.
it's still like
I think the yourname.com is like super professional.
right, but that's decent because I've seen some emails like on a thread where it's still like, I wish I had an actual
Oh,
example,
yeah.
but it'd be like something where it's like, dude, that's
Fucking hot dog 24 or something.
Yeah, literally. So I see stuff like that on like the threads or like the teams meetings.
so
and I'm just like,
crazy,
oh my
dude.
God, dude, like this is the email you gave. So
yeah, I think your first last name at Gmail is the most professional it can be without being your own website.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, but Brandon works at both. It's not like kitty hot dog 6969.
Yeah, and Sean's is hello at SeanGeorgePhoto.com.
Yeah, that's
which
good.
is great.
Yeah,
Sean
contact
George.
at hello at
It's
your
a
name
hard
at
G.
Huh?
It's a hard G. Jorg.
Jorg.
Yeah.
George.
Jorgensen.
Jorgensen. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to think it was George.
Everyone gets it. I even get people now
Jorge.
that think it's Jorge, Sean George, or they add the E, like just in like the Sean George, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Well, I know it's Jorgensen. It's just sometimes you rolls off the tongue. It's like George.
Yeah, for sure.
George.
For sure. What's your email?
It's Mike at 811media.com.
Nice. Yeah.
But even your other one is still, isn't it just like Mike Kirschbaum at Gmail?
It's mkirschbaumphoto at gmail.com.
See? So same
that
thing.
one's not great. I transitioned 2 years ago into being a woman. No, I transitioned 2 years ago into using the new one. I still unfortunately have some clients that I've been with long enough where they will still send shit to my old one,
I get that sometimes.
which is annoying.
How come you don't go by your first and last name on Instagram? How come it's Mike K Photos?
Okay, so what was my handle before? So my handle before, I think, was M Kirschbaum Photo. That was it before. Kirschbaum's hard to spell. So Mike K.
Super easy.
I'm trying to get just Mike K.
Oh, wow.
DM'd the guy who has Mike K to try to buy it from him.
Yeah.
But his account's inactive.
I hate when that.
And I'm trying to find, I just want Mike K. I think that'd be sick and super like easy to write.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to,
could
What about
be.
just Mike?
But Mike K may read as like McKay.
Why not just Mike?
Like it may look like like McKell.
Mike's probably taken. Mike K is much easier to get, I think.
I don't know. I think people would think your name is like Mikkel or Micah.
Or some Russian name.
How would Mikek be Mike?
McKeck.
Because like look at
McKeck.
How do you guys stay organized? We were just talking about note taking and the during our pee break.
Yeah.
I stay organized because I'm still a old school guy where I write things out. I have too many notebooks.
I've seen that.
Pens
Yeah.
and highlighters. But my wife just put me onto Google Keep literally like yesterday, so I checked that out. It's basically notes, but it's like you can make numerous lists within it. It's not just like one like.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I've been using the Notes app. And then
Same.
we keep our podcast notes on the Notes app, and we collaborate.
Yeah, I love how you can collaborate on the Notes app. I literally found that out today.
Yeah, you found that out like a couple hours
Right.
ago.
Yeah. You know there's a Notes app, right?
What's that?
I said, there's a Notes app, right?
What's the one that comes with the iPhone?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you can put notes on your phone? Yeah. So Google Keep's been pretty cool. Like I said, I just started it yesterday, but for me, instead of just like how the Notes app is just lists and you have to like read and be like, oh, what is that? This one is at least colorful and you could have sections and labels. So
That's
I'm gonna
awesome.
dive into it.
I think I'm gonna try it out then.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Is it free? Not that it matters, but.
yeah, it's Google Keep.
Okay, yeah.
I usually just have to-do lists like today, this week, and this month.
Right.
And then I'll shuffle things like out of like, this week into my my daily to-do list. I set one every day.
Yeah.
And I try to finish it every day, even if it's little things like I gotta do laundry, I gotta work out today, I gotta stretch,
Just
I
brain
gotta cold
dumps.
plunge, I gotta
Yeah.
walk the dog.
Yeah.
Well,
for
the
sure.
thing that's cool about the Google Keep is like, so when you have a checklist, when you check it off, it'll move it to the bottom, but it'll still be there so you could see it.
That's
but
good.
it'll just put a line through it. So for me, visually, I love it that it doesn't go away and it moves, because with regular notes, it's just all fucking congested. Like, cool, I checked it off, but it's still like every other one. I'm like, dude, I want it to organize. Like, this is the
I like
check.
that.
Do you need service to use that?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say if you
That's
were
pretty
like
important.
in a forest or something and didn't have service.
Why are you
had to
in
check
a
something-
forest using
If you had to
notes?
check something off the list and there
Well, no,
was
if you have a shot list and you're
True.
on location where you don't have service, that's a great example.
Yeah. Just so it's not like you can't check this off because you don't have service.
Oh,
No,
so
that's a
that's-
great
yeah.
question. Yeah.
I mean, it's also Google, so I'm sure it's
Yeah, for sure.
dialed.
Yeah, I just use my Notes app. That's how I keep track of all my my gigs and all my payments. It's pretty
Do you
sketch.
at least
but
use your calendar too?
no, I don't.
You don't even use your calendar?
No. Brandon's 25. I didn't start using a calendar until I was about 25 too.
I just feel like that's one extra step. I think I'm pretty good with like memorizing stuff and knowing where I need to be, and I'll just keep like the dates of when my shoot is and stuff in my notes.
In your notes, okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
it'll just say I'm shooting like February 15th. I'll just have 15. Like I have my February tab, and then I'll just have 15, and then whatever the shoot is in the time, maybe.
Damn. I mean, hey, if it works for you.
Yeah, exactly. Like
think
I've never had an issue yet.
Well, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think now that you're becoming more popular and you're starting to book more work, you will start to eventually book more stuff.
Oh, I
in
hope
more
so.
advance.
Yeah, I hope it gets to the point where it's like,
will.
shit, I need a calendar.
And that's, it works now, and then you're going to outgrow that, and then you're going to find a new system to implement.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for
So I
sure,
think
for
that's
sure.
great.
Yeah. So it'll work until it doesn't. And you're like,
Yeah.
damn, this is way better.
And then I'm
way
gonna
more
be like, you guys told me so. I need to get Google Slice or whatever it's called.
Keep
Keep.
what the Google Slice, bro?
Google Calendar,
Google
and Google Keep. I'm gonna try out. Oh, I use Google Calendar for my calendars, and then
Oh, yeah.
the cool thing too is I think Sean's the same way as I am because I've seen his calendar. Mine's color coded.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
yours. Yeah, that's
Fuck
awesome.
yeah.
That's so
Color
intense.
coded.
Yeah, my blues are shoot days. My greens are personal stuff, whether it's like dentists or just like other like things, but not shoot related. And
Yeah.
then the yellows are like soft holds. If a client's like, hey, the Thursday the thing, and I'm like, yeah, you haven't like put a deposit, but like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll kind of soft hold it for now.
See, I have the same thing, personal, and then I have meetings, and then I have gigs. I like that you have a different color for soft holds. I'm gonna implement.
I
that.
have
like
yellow
that.
because it's like, all right, we'll see if it, you know what I mean, shakes out.
What are your guys' thoughts on soft holds?
So
My girlfriend doesn't like a soft hold. She
Took
likes
me a
hard-
second to get that.
She likes a hard hold. You know what I'm saying?
she don't like a flaccid hold.
Stiff hold.
I'm gonna say that next time. Someone's like, "Can I soft hold you?" I was like, "Flaccid hold."
Yeah, right.
Marked or-
No, you can hard hold.
For me, 95% of my work, I require a 30% deposit.
30?
To
Okay.
book. But certain gigs, like if it's a big client that it's going to be a net 30 or something anyway, then there's no way that they're gonna, because they're gonna write
Yep.
one check. So I try to kind of use my gut and go, all right.
Yeah. I think soft holds, they're good until something else comes up that day. And then it's like, if that shoot's guaranteed, you're going to take that if it's a soft hold.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're soft holding one day, but then someone says, oh, here's a guaranteed, you would just take the guaranteed, right? And let the soft hold know, hey, I'm booked.
It depends. So, for example, like a good one would be like if a wedding client wants me on a certain date, but then there's like an event or like a new client that's a soft hold, I may lean more towards the soft hold on like the newer client or like the bigger thing.
Bigger thing, maybe, yeah.
Because it may be more potential versus just like
The long-term effect.
Jack and Jill's wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I can get, knock on wood, I can get like
Jack and Jill's never going to be in Las Vegas again. So, like, that's not a forever client. Like, if something's potentially a bigger forever client or a pre-existing client that I have a great relationship with that I want to keep happy.
Yep. True.
Just out.
Okay,
just
it
outweighing
depends on the
pros and
scenario and
cons.
the situation.
Yeah. And just trying to trust your feeling it out, right? Like, but at the same time, if it's like a one-off and you're like, this gig doesn't really pay much, then I'm gonna take
Yeah, okay.
that guarantee.
Got it.
So,
That's good to know for
but
sure.
that's a good question.
What are your guys' thoughts on contracts and deposits and stuff?
Well, I use deposits, and then contracts I need to get better at it, but I'll use them for my wedding clients. I should use them for every wedding client, but I just sometimes don't get around to it because, like you said, one more thing to do.
Yeah.
And then second thing is I'll have a contract for like, if I have like an MGM client, I'm going to have a contract for like deliverables for payment and licensing.
Yeah. I think with like clients that we work with all the time, there's no need for deposits or contracts, like Win, for example.
Yeah, you're not going to get one of those.
But yeah, like the one-offs and stuff. For example, last night I was supposed to do a shoot. I was supposed to film some guys' dinner and like little like private party. And yeah, I asked for a deposit and I sent him a services contract a couple days ago. He paid the deposit, and then 7:00 rolls around last night, like, hey, confirming, to be here in an hour or whatever. And he's like, oh, we're going to push it back another hour. And then I said, no problem. I have till 10 p.m. Because I was in the contract. And then, 8 or 9 o'clock rolls around, and I said, hey, are we good to go? He's like, we're going to cancel like something. He said he's still on the runway, but I go on his Instagram, but he's in Vegas. But I'm like, okay, no problem. So I got my deposit, and I had those couple hours booked out.
Yeah, that's a great.
So yeah, because if I didn't do the deposit, I could have missed out on a job from last night if it came up. So
That's
I
a
got
great
guaranteed.
example. Yeah.
I think it's important.
Plus, for me, I don't know if you guys are this way, but for me, if I have like a pending thing, and like I'm like, for example, you're like waiting around, like, okay, it's 8 o'clock. Oh no, it's 9. Oh, now it's like, and then if that didn't happen, I'm like, dude, I just mentally was like waiting on.
Oh yeah, like my whole day was like
Right.
preparing for the shoot, and it didn't happen.
Right. My whole day was built around. Oh,
So then I went to PD's.
Yeah. PTs. So if you're not familiar, Brandon's talking about a bar chain here
Yeah,
called PTs.
I guess I said PD's, like the fucking bird.
Yeah. It's P as in Peter and then T as in Thomas, and he calls it
PD's. Oh yeah, Pete's. Pete's.
Yeah,
The
that's
fast
pretty
T.
funny.
But
Yeah.
No, that's a perfect scenario where like it worked out with.
Yeah,
the
for
contract.
sure, right? Because I still got a couple $100, and my day was, revolved
salvaged,
around that.
salvaged.
Yeah, revolved around that shoot. So
So then you went out and celebrated because you still got some cash. Last
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
But that's a very perfect example of why deposits are so great,
Yes.
because it holds the client and yourself accountable that we agreed that this date, this time is going to happen. And if it doesn't, and you wait around,
Exactly.
at least still got compensated. At least they, whatever 30% is to then be fucked off all day.
Right. And then I thought that a deposit would give them incentive to show up.
Usually, yes.
Because it's like, oh, I'm going to fetch out 20% or whatever. I'm going to show up. But obviously that's not the case.
I think that works with more so with like private clients, like just you're hiring another person's hiring you. But yeah, like if I'm working for like a casino or like a resort or like,
they ain't going to give you a deposit.
yeah, and I kind of just trust them.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, this was just some random dude that was like flying in.
yeah, the one time I was fucked, the company went bankrupt. Yeah, and I could have actually filed a claim with the bankruptcy, and I just never did. It was only $400. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with Muscle Farm. I'm like, it's 500, like it's whatever, dude. At this point,
Muscle Farm went bankrupt.
That's what I'm saying. That was the client.
And what's funny is that
who's Muscle
I've
Farm?
used Muscle Farm. It's a protein company, like basically.
Like protein shake, protein bars.
Got it.
I've used Muscle Farm stuff before, and I heard that they had a huge thing against them because the way that you can read. Okay, so you read something and it says it has 20 grams of protein.
Yeah.
They read it based off the nitrogen gases that are in the product.
Uh-huh.
I guess you can add more nitrogen into it to elevate those numbers, but it's not actually more protein in the stuff.
I see.
And that's why I could be wrong, but I think that's why they went out of business because there's a lawsuit against them.
I see.
Because they
Because
were
of that?
selling misinformation, saying this had 20 grams of protein per serving, was only like 11 because they inflated the numbers.
Like 95% of businesses go out of business.
Yeah.
It's
It
crazy.
really?
Yeah, I'm so glad we
I'm
haven't
pretty
gone
sure
out of
it's like
business.
it's a
Crazy
statistic like
stat.
that.
Holy
It should be like that. I need to fact check
Well,
that.
it's like I think it's like over 50% of small businesses go out of business within the first 5 years of business.
That's-
yeah,
I've
and
heard
like
something.
95% in like 10 years or something like that.
Oh shit.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Fuck, what am I on, year 3? I guess full freelance.
I'm on
Yeah,
your-
I think our businesses are a little bit different though.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
more like actual like companies that
Selling products.
selling
other
products. Yeah,
services.
even though we
Yeah.
are selling products and services.
What did we go do today, Sean? I think it's a fun topic.
Mike and I went and looked at a potential studio kind of podcast space. We're in the market, just putting feelers out there of some sort of creative hub, physical space. We're not really sure what that looks like yet, but yeah, we checked out a spot that was right there on 3rd in Las Vegas, right next to the Supreme Court building.
Fucking sick space.
Beautiful space.
It's a little too big for us.
A little
Yeah.
too big for our britches
I
right
mean,
now.
actually, I think we could use the space adequately. I just think it's out of our price range.
So what would you guys think about like putting in there?
So if we were to get that space, it was 3,500 square feet.
Yep.
It was just under $10,000 a month, which is way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Way too much.
You have
But
to utilize that
If
so
we got
much.
3,500 square foot space, I would use it as a studio space, and
Yep.
then we'd also sublet it and
Yep.
then rent it out for other things and make money off of it passively. So if we're not there,
100%.
we would do that. It'd be a podcasting studio and then also be a studio space that we can rent out for personal work as well.
Yeah. personal work and bigger shoots, whether we're shooting or not, or just like a bigger client needs
maybe even a pop-up, something we could do in there.
Would it be more of like a kind of just like a backdrop studio? Like
ideally not, be more of like, it'd be hard. That's a hard question because in the space itself, we walked, I visualized, and I do like that it is like a blank canvas, like with the high ceilings and like
that was the key. It had vaulted ceilings?
I guess it'd be considered,
and it was a dome.
Yeah.
So the ceilings were fucking huge. It was raw concrete with raw wooden beams above it. Beautiful. You don't see spaces like this in Las Vegas. It was so beautiful. We'll probably pop a little photo in there.
Yeah, for sure.
But so for if I'm thinking with like a photo video brain, it would be nice to have a space that had like segments of like different sets that you could use and interchange.
Yeah.
But if I'm thinking this space is like an event space, I'd want it to be a clean slate, to be like, you could have like a wedding reception, or you could have like a little conference pop up for like, like 100 to 200, 300 kind of people, and bring in tables, but then break those down. And it's now an open space if you want to do like music there. I mean, that's a whole different like licensing, but if I was going to keep it a blank space, I'd have to keep it that, or set it out to like, there's corners or smaller sets. Like this is a 70s type of set, or this is like a whatever type of backdrop.
Yeah. Just being able to move stuff around so you can literally transform
it was
into
just
anything.
basically a big blank box. And now that I'm thinking about it, there's no place for storage.
Oh, okay.
There's no place.
You would have to, we could build
a storage room.
Yeah, we have to build everything. Yeah.
It was nice because in the back, in the center of the back, there was like a little countertop with a sink, so you could have like a little mini fridge underneath it, and then there was a little his and hers
fucking
bathroom.
countertops.
Fuck, dude. You could move in.
Right. Yeah, you could sleep in there.
They had countertops on there next to the sink.
Yeah.
It was just particle board plywood. And we're like, oh yeah, cool. You guys gonna like put in a countertop? I'm like, no, we're just gonna leave it like that.
So I was a little bit like,
Sean thought they were joking, but
That's so funny.
like,
yeah, I was waiting for her to be like, of course we're gonna put a fucking granite or something, and she's like, no, we're just leaving it. I was like,
as soon as it gets wet, it's gonna start rotting.
yeah,
It's like
as soon as I
insane.
put my cup on it, it's gonna have a fucking ring on it. It's wood.
Yeah, 3,500 square feet seems like pretty fucking big.
It's pretty good space.
Yeah, I mean, my
Yeah.
house is 1450.
Yeah.
So it'd be
it's almost
double.
3 of you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like 2.5.
All right, I don't
Two
know.
and a quarter.
I don't
Two
know
and a
math
third.
like that, but
Two and a third.
Yeah, but I think the key would be to make money off of that, obviously.
Exactly, and I don't. That space is too big to make money off of it. And that big of a space, to have that big of a studio, you want a roll-up door where you can bring in big items to photograph in there.
Plus you have to look at the competition of, who else is in Vegas doing that.
A lot of people have small studios.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why you gotta be
But I think
different in a way.
But I think we do have we have a bigger network of people that would want to use it and rent it, I think.
True.
I think
our reach is a little better.
I think the reach is there, but then I feel like, I would have to appeal to something that isn't currently here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Since there is such a saturation of studios.
Of just like a plain white CYC wall type of studio, like there's probably like 10 of them.
A what?
Like a white CYC
Psych
wall, type of
It's called
studio.
a cyclorama wall.
Yeah.
That's what it stands for.
So there's
psych
a
wall.
handful of those in town, which I would, if I did have the space for it, I would have one as an option, but I wouldn't have that as like, I don't want that type of studio because that's a dime a dozen to me.
Exactly.
Would it have a psych wall in there?
Yeah, like if I had it, I wouldn't go for like a studio just for that. Like, all we have to offer is like a,
I would want a psych wall.
I would want one, but I wouldn't have that wouldn't be the only
Costs
thing.
like $5,000 to build, $4,000, $5,000. We could just build it ourselves.
Build it ourselves for cheaper, just wood and.
No, well, the studio I just worked at, Vegas studio, very beautiful couple who owns it.
Yep.
Paul and Lisa own it. They're so sweet. They came out to my car and they're like, "Oh, let me help you with my gear." Yeah. They're so sweet. But they were telling me they built it during the pandemic and it was $5,000. So I bet you we could build it for cheaper since lumber's cheaper now. Because the pandemic lumber was fucking so expensive.
Insane.
How many studios have you guys been to in Vegas?
3 or 4.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been to the Landing Space, which is like a natural light studio. It's pretty recent. Photographer owns it by the name of Erin, I believe her name is. I've been to In Color Studios, which is nice. And then I've been to Creative Space.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been to a few. I just think, there's nothing that really jumps out at
I think Red Wall probably jumps out the best, but that's more Red Wall, but that's more like music video, like dark
video production studio.
Yeah, they've got
like
the neon
Box.
lights. Yeah, like Black Box. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of studios here.
Yeah.
I do hate to say this, but I do think that it's not something we should dive into anytime soon. I feel like there's,
open.
I think we have to figure
Depends
something that
how
makes
much
it
you're going to
different.
use it. And
I know.
yeah.
Well,
What
yeah,
about a podcast studio though? Or what about a podcast studio and then just like a backdrop?
So the place had a big room in there that we could rent.
Yeah.
It's going to be like probably $1,000 a month to rent it. And it has this gigantic window that oversees Las Vegas Boulevard, downtown Las Vegas Boulevard. It looks fucking beautiful, but it's so small. We could probably have it as a workspace for Sean and I, and then the podcast. But the podcast doesn't make us any money. So
Yeah, but
it's
if you rent that space out for other podcasters,
Could be, but then you would have to have a sort of, because I've seen
someone there.
No, but you could do like a lockbox or like, because they do have like key fob stuff. But my issue would be if you were going to rent it out to other people doing a podcast, you would have to have a kind of a blank slate or ambiguous type of setup or like table chairs to where like our podcast isn't specific to like patent pending to where like somebody else could use there and it's not like, you know,
Doesn't
what I mean?
look the same type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like most podcasts, everyone has like a neon sign that says their name, right? Like we couldn't have that in there necessarily.
True.
It's like if you had your sister's podcast come in and be like, it's about whatever marketing.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. It would have to be versatile.
It'd have to be just vague.
Yeah, vague.
And then for us to have just a space to go and work at, like you have a home office, I have a home office.
Yeah, are you going to really drive 15, 20 minutes?
I'm not.
You know?
Right.
But that location is sick.
The location is great. Yeah.
Literally on Las Vegas Boulevard. Fucking.
That's a nice address to have.
Yeah.
Are people even still working in offices and stuff these days?
Or is it kind of,
yeah?
Have you been on the road or anywhere you go?
Right? I think it's just a lot of people are just.
Dude, we went to freaking, went to lunch yesterday. My wife, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Everyone's
My wife.
There. Everyone's there. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? It's 10 o'clock on a fucking Tuesday.
Yeah.
Same thing. We went to Neighbors.
We were at the
earlier.
Neighbors today. It's cracking.
It's always cracking. Yeah, Neighbors is
well,
always
that was
cracking.
also lunchtime. So maybe people were. There's a doctor's offices and stuff.
I think,
right there.
I think a lot of people are just kind of like more working from home or not working.
No, I think they were working. I think they're also just hybrid schedules of like 2 days in office, 3 at home.
It's different now for sure. As long as you can get the work done, that's really what matters. But some people like to be in the office around people or like go to a coffee shop and work, you know? Some people work better like that.
Being in a
around
coffee
other
shop and
people.
working is much different than going to an office and having to talk to fucking Susan about her cats. You know?
You mean Brandon about his cat?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Dr. fucking whatever the fuck.
Doctor. Johnny Knuckers.
Shawnee Knuckles?
Johnny Knockers. Jonathan Knockers, yeah.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's a
Do you
long
guys
name.
have anything else you want to chat about before we wrap her up?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah. How do you guys feel like the year's started off? It's been 6 weeks.
Great question. I think the year started fucking strong. Yeah,
for
really
sure.
strong. I'm ready for it to slow down for a little bit before
season?
summer and pool season and all that jazz. What about you guys?
Yeah, what about you, Sean?
I feel good. I think it's been great. I've already picked up quite a bit of event work recently, more than before, and so that's been cool because everything's been different each day, each client. So that's been kind of like refreshing and exciting. Like, oh wow, this is a cool new thing, and so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Is that more the vibe you want to go for?
I didn't think that I did until I been getting emails of new clients finding me, and then this and that, and it's like kind of snowballing of like, wow, quite a bit. Like I said, I've shot a different event for the last 5 days, and I still have more this week. So February is shaping up to be pretty busy in the event space. So it's like, it's not a bad, and they're going for my rates.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. And then they're all new clients basically. There's so.
And then those new clients are gonna refer you, and
I hope so.
We'll hope so. Yeah,
Right.
I'm sure they will.
How's your 6 weeks been?
Good. It's been a good start.
Yeah.
Just really trying to have work-life balance this year, and I think I found some middle ground. I'm not, taking those sketch one-off shoots anymore that are for $50.
That's good.
Kind of
great.
outgrown that. So
That's awesome, man.
it's off to a good start. So I hope it continues.
Me too.
Hope it continues.
Hope it continues as well.
That would suck if it doesn't.
Yeah.
We're all just broke and just not working.
If you thought your podcast didn't make any money before, we're gonna do a podcast and have no work to talk about. Just be
We find something to talk about.
be 3 guys in Mike's
Yeah,
garage.
like not talking about
3
video
guys,
photo.
1 garage.
Yeah,
That'll
that's what it
sell.
could be called.
Usually you have to pay extra for that, Cotton.
Usually,
Yes, exactly. Sweet.
All right, well,
I think that's about
it
it,
was
right?
a good run.
toodaloo.
What does that mean?
And touch tips.
No, we're not touching tips, bro.
It's like E.T.